Griffin Insurance, taking care of your family since 1972. In today's day and age, it's very uncommon to get a real person when you call. Not at Griffin Insurance. We represent multiple carriers to find the best rate for you and your family. Whether it's auto, residential, commercial, or farm, we're here to help. Call Griffin Insurance at 740-397-7488. Griffin Insurance, finding you the best rate.
Pizza Cottage in Mount Vernon is one of 11 pizza cottages in Ohio. They are among the nation's best performing pizzerias and ranked in Pizza Today. The finest ingredients is used daily. Treat your customers and employees like family and always give back to the community. Offering not only takeout but also dine-in and full bar. Book your group parties today. Find Pizza Cottage on Facebook or go to pizza-cottage.com to begin your journey of tastes.
Howard Hilton Grill, just east of Apple Valley on Coshocton Road, has a casual, cozy atmosphere, offering comfort food and good times. Open daily from 10 in the morning to 1 a.m., now adding Sunday morning breakfast at 8 a.m. The Howard Hilton also recently added on an outdoor tiki bar seating patio option with big screen TV. Stop by and enjoy great tastes like the Hilton Burger or enjoy Taco Tuesdays at the Howard Hilton in Howard. That's the Howard Hilton, 740-599-2337.
If market volatility is keeping you awake at night, call Spearman Financial Services. Spearman Financial Services have seen plenty of ups and downs, and this is normal. As our old high school football coach would remind us, the true champion is found with your ability to bounce back after a loss. So stop losing sleep and call the team who will coach you through the good times and the bad times. Spearman Financial Services, financial plans that last a lifetime.
Securities offered through Valmark Securities Incorporated, member FINRA, SIPC. Investment advisory services offered through Valmark Advisors Incorporated, SEC registered investment advisor. Spearman Financial Services is a separate entity from Valmark Securities Incorporated and Valmark Advisors Incorporated. Past performances cannot guarantee future results. One cannot invest directly in an index.
Elite Preparedness stands as Ohio's unrivaled destination for top-tier firearms training and related services. Experience our state-of-the-art facilities in scenic southern Knox County, stock up in our pro shop, and enjoy our indoor and outdoor range options. Our expert cadre leads an unparalleled lineup of classes and personal training sessions. We also offer VIP transportation, armored vehicle services, along with security and executive protection services. Reach out at 740-263-1234, explore online at elitepreparedness.com, or visit our facilities at 25580 Bell Church Road, Utica, Ohio, to witness the ultimate in preparedness and training.
Hey, I think I might be pregnant.
What? How do you know?
I took a pregnancy test the other night. I don't know where to start. I don't think I'm ready to be a mom.
It's totally okay. I heard there's this place called Starting Point. They have free pregnancy tests, ultrasounds, and counseling. They have resources available for girls on a tight budget. You have more choices than you think.
Really? I don't know. If my parents find out, they'll kill me.
Don't worry, girl. Everything is confidential and judgment-free.
How do I make an appointment?
Just visit knoxstartingpoint.com to schedule your free appointment today.
Avita Orthopedics and Sports Medicine is proud to care for area athletes. Fellowship trained in complex knee and shoulder surgery, orthopedic surgeon Dr. Kyle Randall and sports medicine physician Dr. Jeremy Ream provide comprehensive sports medicine and orthopedic care for athletes, weekend warriors, and anyone who wants to get back on their feet, from strains and sprains to ACL and shoulder reconstruction. Avita has the experts you need. Call 419-709-8645.
Great news, Central Ohio. Foster's Pharmacy offers daily dose packaging, which are convenient and simple. It's truly personalized care you're looking for. It just starts with a call to get started. Take the hassle out of your medications. Call 740-392-0911. Foster's Health Mart Pharmacy. Health Mart, taking the time to listen and care.
And welcome into week number 9. Must mean playoff time, as we got Cubbage Electric Plumbing Construction Friday Night Lights as we bring you Centerburg plays host to East Knox. Stay tuned for the Starting Point pregame show.
Hey, football fans, as we cheer on our teams this season, let's talk about a crucial support team right here in Mount Vernon.
At Starting Point Pregnancy and Family Resource Center, we're here to support you through every decision, just like a coach guides you through the big game.
Whether it's about pregnancy testing or exploring your options, Starting Point is all about giving you the information and support you need.
Just like every play counts on the field, every choice you make for your life matters.
For more information, visit knoxstartingpoint.com.
Knox Starting Point. You have more choices than you think.
And welcome back into the Starting Point pregame show. I'm Kyle Kirsten along with Austin Maurice, and tonight we bring you action from Centerburg, Ohio, as the Trojans play host to the traveling East Knox Bulldogs. And two teams kind of right now vying for that postseason play as the end of the season is just looming around the corner next week. And joining me in the booth, as always, is Austin Maurice and Austin. Tonight, both East Knox, Centerburg come in equal records sitting inside the KMAC. Both have 2 losses. Kind of as we were talking before the game, the schedule's kind of lined up pretty well for most of the teams. The teams that were going to contend got the easier portion of the schedule out of the way early. And then they kind of all funnel into each other at the end here, and that's what we're looking at. Is East Knox was able to dominate their first 2 KMAC games and come out with a 2-0 start, but the last 2 games, offense looks like it's gone missing.
Yeah, you could say that dog pound seems to have lost its bark a little bit right there. No points in the last 2 games, nada, zilch, but gave up 73 points. So for a defense that's only given up 19 a game, these last 2 have been tough for them. So it's got to be a key tonight. Defense is generally going to do its thing, but they got to figure out a way to get it going. But that offense is going to be a key for tonight. They got to get things going, and it starts with Blake Elliott.
Indeed, and they got to get his legs going and give him some opportunities, and that'll open up that passing game for Leicester. Now you flip the script and you jump over to Centerburg's side. Last week they had a tough go of it against Danville, 12-0. And I know they probably had some conversations about cleaning up the discipline side, a lot of penalties that caused them a lot of key drives to fall apart, but also the interceptions. They had some key interceptions deep inside of Danville territory that fell behind. But for Centerburg, you're looking at playoff positioning. You're looking at trying to make sure you get yourself a ideal first-round draw. So you want to end this season with at least another solid win tonight and next week.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, you sit there if you're Centerburg. You're 13th in your division right now in your region. So you want to try and capitalize. You got 2 strong games here, too, to try and be able to do it. You want to take out these East Knox Bulldogs tonight, but then again, next week, too, you got the Fredericktown Freddies, which is a team that's on the rise as well right now. So those are 2 quality wins that you could get trying to end this year off. But it's all about a balanced offense with them. They're not a team that's going to wow you on the ground game too much. They're not going to overwhelm you in the pass game, but they're going to go both ways. They're going to stay on both sides of it. So you got to make sure to deploy both facets of that offense and make sure that you get not only receivers inside the game. You want to get the Marshall brothers going. You want to make sure that Trevin Harris is going. You want to make sure that you got everybody rolling in this game because you're going to need it against the Bulldogs defense. It's pretty solid.
Yeah, it's going to be definitely a challenge for them as they've got a lot of weapons on that offense that they're going to have to make sure they maintain and keep them in check. And as you said, the Marshall brothers are 2 of those weapons, and Harris is another one. He's a large target out there with great athleticism, and he is one that can take over a game quickly. So we'll be interested to see how that goes, but we're going to step out quickly for a break before the teams come out. You're listening to the Cubbage Electric Plumbing Construction Friday Night Lights.
Your sinks are backed up, the electric in your master bedroom needs rewired, and now the wife is asking for a new addition. It's time to get in touch with Cubbage Electric, Plumbing, and Now Construction. Give Brian and his team a call at 740-627-8004. They can fix your electrical and plumbing needs and give your bathroom and kitchen a remodel.
Cubbage Electric, Plumbing, and Construction is a proud sponsor for all the local high school teams.
Enjoy the season. Cubbage Electric, Plumbing, and Construction. 740-627-8004.
Hey, in this time of high inflation, remember, Goodwill stores have the lowest propane prices in town. So, get your propane tank filled at the Goodwill Plaza store in Newark, the Goodwill Unlimited store in Heath, Goodwill at the Lake in Buckeye Lake, or the Goodwill Plus store in Fredericktown, and save big. Goodwill can fill normal-sized grill tanks to motorhome and even large contractor tanks by the gallon. At Goodwill, you're always guaranteed the lowest propane prices in town.
As we're back into the starting point pregame show again, Centerburg playing host to the East Knox Bulldogs in the KMAC, a battle that both teams obviously want to continue to push. Northmore, short of running into themselves accidentally, looks like they're going to be able to run away with the KMAC this year as they're being pretty dominant in their victories over top of all the teams that they've come across. Now, next week, as you said, Fredericktown comes to play here against Centerburg, which was always a big rivalry battle between those 2 schools, but East Knox has no easy row of it either next week as they take on the Danville Blue Devils in the Devil Dog game. So both games will be here on WNBO Facebook page as well as on the radio for the Devil Dog game, and both teams will still be in that position. East Knox, I think you need to steal one tonight. If you come out of here with a loss, you got a really big uphill battle because you got to find a way to beat Danville.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, and you got Danville looming, like you said, but you can't look past this game tonight because you're going to have to play a pretty solid game against these Trojans. Problem with the Trojans defense, so they're kind of on the opposite ends of the spectrum as far as their defense goes. They're fourth in the KMAC, only giving up 17 a game. But they're giving up 314 yards per game. So if you're East Knox, you got to look at that and say, we can probably get some yardage tonight. We can probably get that offense going. Getting points on the board is going to be important. But for them, they just got to get some sort of fluidity going on their offense. They got to start feeling themselves a little bit more. You got to make sure guys are getting involved. You got to get into play. You got to get things going. And you got to play a clean game. Can't shoot yourself in the foot every time that you get something rolling, which has been a theme this year in the KMAC.
Yeah, well, it has. And I mean, if you were with us last week, the underlying theme was the yellow flags all last week, and it was one that unfortunately took its toll on Centerburg. As you probably saw, about a 60-40 split, yellow flags against the Trojans as opposed to Danville, and it was at some very costly times. Now, the other thing that was also a huge costly mistakes for them was Ball's ability to not control the ball, and he had two drives that were prematurely ended due to interceptions. Both the times he was looking to hook up with Marshall and just sailed the ball too high. So that's another thing is, has he gotten that under control? Has he gotten his passing a little bit under control? And watching those turnovers, you know, you give a team a turnover, that's what allows them to stick around in a game. And a team like East Knox is what I would consider very opportunistic. They do have some drawbacks as far as their ability to play a fast-paced up-and-down game or a catch-up game. But they are very opportunistic. They like to take advantages of the situations that they're put in. Turnovers are one of the ways that they like to take advantage of that. And so it's going to be interesting to see if, you know, they're able to exploit a little bit of that game for the Trojans. For sure. So, yeah, if you're the Trojans, if you're Blaine Ball, what you got to do is you can't let that game last week get into your head too much. You got to play with the same confidence you've been playing with this year. He's got a 61% completion rate, and he's only thrown 3 interceptions this year. So that tells you about last week and how much of an outlier it really was for him. He's been a pretty accurate passer most of this year. And so with that, you can't let that one game get in your way. But this East Knox defense absolutely can step up and force that out of you. So you got to be careful as far as that goes, too. If you're Blaine, you got to make smart passes and smart times, and they got to get that run game going. You got to make sure Miles Marshall's getting the ball in his hands and you know, play the ground game there. Make sure that you keep control. If they can get a lead and get out there to where they're controlling the clock, they're really going to put the Bulldogs behind the 8 ball. And that's going to be key, as you said. If you are Centerburg, you want to get out quick, you want to get out fast. Like you said, you make East Knox chase you. If you're East Knox, you want to slow this game down as much as you possibly can and make sure that Centerburg's offense just doesn't get the opportunities to come along and get any type of points on the board. Now, the other thing that we've seen with Centerburg is they got a very good special teams. So, unlike most schools in this region and division level, special teams aren't something you can always rely on, but that is a weapon that Centerburg does have, one that can come into play for them both on flipping the field as well as squeezing a couple extra points out of a field goal when you get your good field position. So both East Knox, Centerburg have entered out onto the field as Centerburg is going to be playing in their all-gray uniforms with the red and white trim and the white numerals. East Knox comes in traveling in their whites with the black pants and the purple and yellow trim. So they will get ready here shortly. We are about a minute and a half away from kickoff as we will come back shortly for the live kickoff. You've been listening to the Starting Point pregame show on the Cubbage Electric Plumbing Construction Friday Night Lights.
Looking to take your career to the next level? With Mount Vernon Nazarene University, you can earn your degree entirely online, anywhere, anytime. Our bachelor's and master's programs are designed to help you balance your education with work, family, and other priorities. Here at MVNU Online, we craft our faith-based programs specifically for your success. Learn more at mvnu.edu or call us today at 1-800-839-2355. Mount Vernon Nazarene University.
So we come back here as the play will start. East Knox will kick off as Centerburg will do the return duties. Back deep will be Chris Marshall. As East Knox gets set up and ready to go, they will be kicking the ball from left to right on the old radio dial. It's going to be a directional kick over to the far side, taken by the up man at about the 28. He's going to cut it across the 35. A stutter step there out across the 40. Made a man miss and falls forward to about the 44-yard line. And a great starting field position here for the Trojans.
Didn't take long for Miles Marshall to go out there and say, you know what, I'm going to be a presence tonight. That was a nice start from him right there. Nice field position for the Trojans to start with as well, for sure. So good to see him getting out there quick and get that ball marching down the field already.
Speaking of ball comes out of the sideline huddle and gets set up in a shotgun formation as Miles will be lined up in the pistol with him. 3 split out right, 1 near side to the left. Man in motion is going to push out further to the right, turns, fakes the handoff, keeps it himself, does ball. Nobody caught a hold of that one. Defender slips at the 40 and is able to get back on his feet and wrap him up. But not before he got a first down and inside of East Knox territory.
Nice deception right there. East Knox didn't catch on to that until ball was about 5 yards down the field.
Learn the old trickeration. Trickeration, not to be confused with celebration. Or our great nation. So anyway, shotgun formation, going to be a bunch on the right. Now they're going to shift it all up. Miles Marshall is going to be on the right-hand hip with the ball in the backfield as he takes the snap, hands it off. He's got a sweep off that left side. The crease is there. He's off the block onto the side of 15, 10. Touchdown, Centerburg.
Note to self, Miles Marshall going to be a problem tonight. It's quite the start right there. Doesn't take very long for them to get on the board. Call it 40 seconds.
Yeah, and that's something we saw last week with them when they were down there in Danville. Their offense had no problem moving on their first drive. And thankfully on this drive, though, they did not suffer from the yellow flag disease, and so they were able to get it in and put the score at 6-0 as they line up now for the extra point. As LeMaster will do the kicking duty, it is up, it's good. So our score here is Centerburg 7, East Knox nothing. You're listening to Cubbage Electric Plumbing and Construction, Friday Night Lights.
Griffin Insurance, taking care of your family since 1972. In today's day and age, it's very uncommon to get a real person when you call. Not at Griffin Insurance. We represent multiple carriers to find the best rate for you and your family. Whether it's auto, residential, commercial, or farm, we're here to help. Call Griffin Insurance at 740-397-7488. Griffin Insurance, finding you the best rate.
Pizza Cottage in Mount Vernon is one of 11 pizza cottages in Ohio. They are among the nation's best performing pizzerias and ranked in Pizza Today. The finest ingredients is used daily. Treat your customers and employees like family and always give back to the community. Offering not only takeout but also dine-in and full bar. Book your group parties today. Find Pizza Cottage on Facebook or go to pizza-cottage.com to begin your journey of tastes.
We're ready here for the kickoff. LeMaster is doing the duty for the Trojans as Holzer will be back deep for the Bulldogs. High end over end kick will go taken at the 5. Cuts it back up into the middle of the field looking to get a wall. He's got a little bit of one if he can find the crease out across the 15 to the 20, and he'll be pushed out of bounds right about there. And that's where East Knox will start, 1st and 10.
Instantly with that Centerburg touchdown right there, it puts East Knox into a position here where they got to find a way to respond. They got to find a way to show that the offense is going to bring something tonight. Again, having back-to-back donuts on back-to-back weeks, you got to find a way to get rolling.
Donuts. Oh, no, not those kind of donuts. Gotcha. Okay. My bad. Slightly distracted. Krispy Kreme are good. So it's going to be a shotgun formation for the Bulldogs as Elliott will be in the backfield with Lester. 2 to the left, 1 near side right. Turns, hands off. Elliott off that left side. He's got a seam out around the corner across the 30, and he'll get driven out of bounds right around there. And gain of about 9.
I think we can both agree. We talked about it in the pregame show, but you got to get Elliott involved tonight. You got to get him going. He's going to be a huge part of this offense. Where he goes, the offense goes. So you got to make sure you give him the ball early and often. He's a massive player for you on this offense.
So we'll say he stepped out just shy, making it actually 2nd down and 2. Shotgun formation again, 1 near side right, 2 to the left. Again, handoff Lester off that left side. A little stutter step hesitation, and he got upended as he tried to get around that corner and was not able to make it.
The Centerburg defense here, too, you really want to try and make that statement not only on the offensive side with a quick touchdown right there, but you want to come out and see if you can get a 3 and out or get off the field early right here and try to keep field position on your side.
So 3rd down now as they keep the ball on the far hash mark. Team still looking over the far sideline. They're going to have to hurry up as the play clock is starting to loom in the favor of the Trojans. Finally, they come set. Still not where they need to be as a player runs onto the field late. I'm amazed they haven't had a flag yet. They've got to be getting close to the play clock on this one. Man in motion as Lester's in the backfield with Elliott. Takes a snap. He's going to follow Elliott off the side. Here comes the pressure as he got the ball away as he was trying to hook up on a little wheel route there, I believe with Dawson, and unfortunately it was hit as he threw and fell incomplete.
Looks like that's going to force a quick 3 and out there by East Knox, too. So that's concerning if you're that offense right there because, again, you want to try and get some momentum going. Field position is going to be heavily in the favor of Centerburg here in that offense. They're probably itching to get back out onto the field.
Well, Harris and Miles Marshall set up deep to return the punt. They'll set up shop right about their own 40-yard line will be Miles Marshall. Right around the 35 will be Harris. Snap is back, kick is up, a big end-over-end kick's going to drive Marshall all the way inside the 30. It's going to bounce. He's going to pick it up there at about the 20. He's going to lose a little footing, stutter step at about the 30, burst through speed at the 35. And he'll fall forward to about the 39-yard line, and that's where they'll start with their second possession.
You can just see the speed that he has right there. That one step and he goes. Such a lethal weapon in that way.
31-yard punt.
Good ball carrier vision as he was very patient, allowing his teammates to set up blocks, making sure he saw where that crease was, and then once he saw it, no hesitation to commit to it. So 1st and 10 as the Bulldogs come back out onto their second possession here in the first quarter. It's going to be a shotgun formation for Ball. He'll have 2 to the near side, 2 split out far side as Miles Marshall will be on his right-hand hip. Man in motion from right to left. Takes a snap, turns, hands it off to Marshall. Marshall's got some blocks. He's a step out across the 40, bad of the rectangle at the 50, 30, 20, 10. Touchdown, Centerburg.
It's deja vu all over again, baby.
Boy.
Look at that.
I tell you what, I think he's looking for a pizza. I think that young man's like, you know what? I want to be the Pizza Cottage player of the game.
You think the players have been informed about the fact that that's on the line tonight?
Could be. I'm just saying.
He's running like it.
He's running like his name's in the hat. That's all I'm saying.
If you were in contention, that's how you'd run.
That's exactly it. You got it, brother. So LeMaster will set up after that 61-yard touchdown scamper. Knocks it up, puts it in. Our score here is Centerburg 14. East Knox nothing. You're listening to the Cubbage Electric Plumbing Construction Friday Night Lights.
Howard Hilton Grill, just east of Apple Valley on Coshocton Road, has a casual, cozy atmosphere, offering comfort food and good times. Open daily from 10 in the morning to 1 a.m., now adding Sunday morning breakfast at 8 a.m. The Howard Hilton also recently added on an outdoor tiki bar seating patio option with big screen TV. Stop by and enjoy great tastes like the Hilton Burger or enjoy Taco Tuesdays at the Howard Hilton in Howard. That's the Howard Hilton, 740-599-2337.
If market volatility is keeping you awake at night, call Spearman Financial Services. Spearman Financial Services have seen plenty of ups and downs, and this is normal. As our old high school football coach would remind us, the true champion is found with your ability to bounce back after a loss. So stop losing sleep and call the team who will coach you through the good times and the bad times. Spearman Financial Services, financial plans that last a lifetime.
Securities offered through Valmark Securities Incorporated, member FINRA, SIPC. Investment advisory services offered through Valmark Advisors Incorporated, SEC registered investment advisor. Spearman Financial Services is a separate entity from Valmark Securities Incorporated and Valmark Advisors Incorporated. Past performances cannot guarantee future results. One cannot invest directly in an index.
And we're live as he gets his foot into it. An end-over-end kick's going to bounce and take its way into the end zone, and it'll come back out as a touchback for East Knox as they'll start 1st and 10 at the 20.
You mentioned it, too. Special teams with this Centerburg team. It's a team that's not afraid to take the extra point after they score. But not only does he have probably an all-KMAC name with LeMaster, but to be able to have a leg like that is such a weapon. It does make a notable difference.
Well, if you need to know that in French, le, L-E, is the, so that would make sense, the master.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll go back to your educational broadcast shortly. Shotgun formation for the Bulldogs as Lester has Elliott in the backfield with him. He keeps it himself, and unfortunately for Lester, he ran into the turf monster and lost his footing, and actually they're going to say he got back to the line of scrimmage for no gain.
Speaking of turf, did you know October 18th?
That's today.
1863
is
when we purchased Alaska from Russia for $7.2 million.
One of the greatest real estate investments ever.
Fantastic.
It's a brilliant job. It's a young Donald Trump that brokered. No, sorry, folks. I didn't mean to trigger any of you out there. Shotgun formation as Elliott is in the backfield with Lester. Takes the snap, hands it off, left off that left side. Stiff arm, tried to stutter step. He's still on his feet somehow. And finally, the reinforcements arrive. And they'll get no gain on that to bring up a 3rd and 10. And right now, I think they have that play figured out, Coach.
Yeah, it's going to be tricky. Yeah, it's kind of been repeat and recycle. But the problem here is with East Knox is that the offense is just trying to find that diversity. It's trying to find different options, different solutions. They're kind of a one-trick pony in a lot of ways, and generally it works out for them. But they got to find a way, especially with this early 2-touchdown hole, they got to find a way to spread the field out a little bit, give Elliott some space.
Well, they are talking over something important on the sideline as they finally come out with the play call. Again, shotgun formation, 2 to the left, 2 to the right. Elliott on the left-hand side this time as Lester gets the snap. Pressure's coming, steps, looks over the field. He's got his receiver there, wide open over top. He's got a little dead leg to make a man miss, and there it is again, the turf monster. I'm telling you, the young man came out to play tonight, and that's his 2nd tackle. Boy, that's frustrating, dude. I tell you what, man, that has got to be the most irritating feeling. You're wide open. You've put on 2 brilliant moves to make individuals miss you and get out of tackles. There's nobody around you, and you lose your footing after a brilliant catch. I mean, it was a great game.
Yeah, and what's incredible about that, that's a freshman. That's Rush Beatty. I mean, he's a big-time playmaker for them. They're going to need him tonight, obviously, but the Turf Monster's going to leave him alone.
It's 40 yards right there. Shotgun formation now. Again, Lester hands off. Elliott this time dives up the middle, drops the shoulder, gives somebody a little bit of back problem tomorrow morning, and he'll get about 3 yards for a 2nd and 7.
Difference between them and you is that they have to have that happen for back problems. You're just going to wake up with it all natural.
We don't need to bring that up. Appreciate you pointing out my age again. I think it's you and Gary versus me tonight. That's just so you know, old folks, I'm being picked on by the younger generation.
It's Gary versus everyone, always has been.
Gary versus the world, as they say. Well, right now it's East Knox versus Centerburg, and they are struggling. This is the best drive they've had so far tonight as they find themselves in a 14-0 hole. Shotgun formation, even split, 2 left, 2 to the right. As Lester hands it off to Elliott, he goes left. He made a man miss, drops the shoulder again. He can just not get enough around that corner. He's able to string out about 2 or 3 yards, and then he goes down to bring up a 3rd down and about 4.
Yeah, you're seeing a little bit more positive yardage in these last couple of attempts right there, but there's just still not enough space. The edge is completely dominated by Centerburg right now. So Line's going to have to find a way to hold up and push that edge out far enough for him to get some serious yardage right here.
Well,
big 3rd down, though.
Indeed, yeah, and we'll see if they tap that passing attack. You only had the 1 pass play, got you 40 yards. So it might be worth looking at again, but you're also in one of those situations, it's 4-down territory, too. So you've got opportunities as it's 3rd down now. Shotgun formation, 2 left, 2 to the right. He's going to look to get him on a slant there, and that's incomplete. Great coverage from Miles Marshall, as Holzinger was the intended target on a quick slant route, and unfortunately it's incomplete, so now it's 4th down.
Yeah, great coverage there by Marshall for sure, because Holzinger could have really broke loose for something right there if he would have caught that. But now a huge 4th down for them, a drive that's had some success from the yardage standpoint, but they got to get points on the board here pretty quick.
So again, shotgun formation, 2 left, 2 to the right. As Elliott is in the backfield on the right-hand side with Lester as they look back over to the sideline for any possible changes to the play call. And what do we got? Got a uniform malfunction, something, as they send a player for Centerburg off the field. So we'll restart it here. And we go. Fakes the handoff. He's looking again. He got hit as he threw. As he was looking, I believe, for his tight end on a little crossing route, and it's an incomplete pass, so another 4 and out for the East Knox Bulldogs.
Yeah, big stop there by Centerburg. Just gives this offense that's hot as the sun, which is no longer gracing us with its presence, but gives this offense another opportunity to see if they can keep rolling right here. Two offensive possessions, 2 explosive possessions. So you know they're ready to get back on the field.
I think you're telling your team to watch out for number 3.
Should be in.
That should be on the list
That should
somewhere
be in
there?
the list of notes that are being made.
Okay, all right, just making sure. I mean, from up here again, unqualified eye, but number 3 looks like he might be somebody you want to pay attention to. Shotgun formation, 2 to the left. Now his man in motion is going to be his brother Chris Miles. They're going to give him an opportunity, and he's going to say, I'm just as good as him, it's not better, as he stiffs arms across the 40. He's at the 50. He's a foot race down inside the 30, and he'll get pushed out of bounds at about the 35-yard line. And that's that oh my lord. Sibling rivalry. Thank you. Yes.
We found it.
Yes, we found it deep in the annals. And that was a beautiful run there by Chris Marshall, as they gave him a little action on the end around, and he was able to get them deep inside of East Knox territory to the 32-yard line. I can't even say it now that you even said it. I know this is so frustrating. Shotgun formation. He's got bunches to the left. One's put out far right is Chris Marshall. This time it's going to be back to Miles Marshall. And this time he's going to stutter step and loses the ball. There's that turnovers we were talking about. And that looks like after a couple bounces, it went East Knox way, and it did. And that is exactly what you did not want to see. And that young man is going to have his short-term memory and jump back at it now, as the Bulldogs will start with a fresh set of downs, 1st and 10.
Yeah, but what a shift in momentum there for the Bulldogs, though. Because now their defense gets a stop. They're able to get back out on the field. They had some success on that last drive. You know, it deflated out there towards the end, but now they get the opportunity to get back on the field. They kept Centerburg off the scoreboard. It's still only a 2-touchdown deficit, but you got to keep mixing up the plays. Like you were saying, and you can run Elliott all day long, and he's going to make some progress, but you got to spread the field out for him, give him a little bit of space, get that passing game going.
Indeed. You got to have a little more variety. So we'll see here shotgun formation as they hand off to Elliott. This time he's going to go off the right side. Looked like there may have been something initially, but that hole closed quickly. And down he goes for a gain of about 2. Miles Marshall in on that tackle.
Marshall brothers are everywhere.
It's a deadly combination, to say the least, with their speed and agility. And then you throw Harris in there.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
a lot of weapons.
A lot of weapons you got to deal with, and they both play well on both sides of the ball. Harris is a looming safety in the back as the seeker all in. So shotgun formation again. Man in motion from right to left. It's this time they're going to pitch it to Elliott, try to get him out there quicker, and same results. I'm going to suggest maybe try something other than going around the left or right side. Maybe look a little in the middle of the field for right now. Open it up with a passing play.
Yeah, I remember a play over the top that
worked pretty well.
That had some effect. So maybe try and go back to the well there and see if you can get something.
You got to find something, though, because, like you said, you're down 14-0. You can't. I mean, yeah, your first quarter, but
sure.
The Trojans gave you the ball back as a gift. He was on his way for another brilliant run. So there's the pass attempt again, and unfortunately he cannot find any time in that pocket, as he is absolutely destroyed by Aiden Gray.
Yeah, it's domination on both sides of the ball right now. I know you have that fumble by Marshall, but it's just domination on both sides of it right here, right now. And there's no time for Lester to even try and get the ball down the field with any sort of deep route right there.
So Dawson will step out to do punting duties, as Miles Marshall and Harris will be back deep at about the 40. Nice end-over-end kick is going to drive Harris deep inside, and he's going to pick it up at about the 19. He's going to survey the scene and see where he's got to go. He's got one man to beat, and he cannot beat him. And now, there comes the flags, as he'll get twisted around and finally brought down at about the 27-yard line. Put a flag all the way at about the 30. We'll see what that's going to be, and we got another one at the 50.
Here I was thinking we might have a penalty-less quarter. We were only 3 minutes and 45 seconds from it. But alas.
What did I tell you about thinking, Huston?
No, you did tell me to stop doing that.
Yes, it never serves any of us well when we think. So we'll see what they're going to have. We're going to have a block in the back. We're going to have a personal foul. Both are going to be against Centerburg. And I don't want to bring up any bad memories about last week, but these are the kind of situations that cost them that game against Danville. Now, hopefully, obviously, tonight they're in a lot better situation as they're already up 14-0, but you don't want to see this relationship with the yellow flag really start to blossom here in this ball game and affect the outcome.
Yeah, no, not at all. I mean, you've started off so strong. I got to imagine that Centerburg's coaches are absolutely thrilled. Pretty much everything you could ask for has gone your way to start right here. But the only person you don't want to get in your way, you don't want yourself to get in your own way. You can't shoot yourself in the foot right here. So, short-term memory, you brought it up earlier, but you got to have it right here.
Yeah, from what I remember, Braylon Edwards, a great Michigan wide receiver, said shooting himself in the foot was a bad idea too. So they're going to get it all sorted out here, and the ball is going to finally come to rest. I thought they had one more to mark off, all the way back at the 10-yard line. And the Trojans are going to have 90 yards to answer for this. Now, I'm going to go out on a limb and say something tells me one of the Marshall brothers could probably do it in a play. But we'll see here if the East Knox defense can kind of step up and contain them a little bit, as they have struggled to do that so far tonight, and the officials are struggling to still get set here. I don't know if the smell from the Trojan burgers is wafting out onto the field and affecting his ability to focus. But the head coach is down here making sure he understands everything from the side judge, as the head judge is going to walk over and have a conversation with him as well to talk about everything they know. And while they're talking about that, we're going to thank all of our sponsors: Griffin Insurance, Howard Hilton, Foster's Pharmacy, Mount Vernon Nazarene University, Spearman Financial Services, Elite Preparedness, Avita Health Systems, Licking Knox Goodwill, Starting Point of Knox County, and our title sponsor, Cubbage Electric Plumbing and Construction, bringing you high school football action all season long. So they finally got that sorted, and we are finally ready to play. Shotgun formation, 2 to the right, 1 near side to the left, as Marshall's in the backfield. Ball turns, hands it off. Marshall's going to keep it right up the middle, and he's going to be out to the 15. He's going to spin out of a tackle there, but then he's going to get roped down to the ground after a gain of about 8. And he looks semi-human there.
Yeah, that felt like, for East Knox, it kind of felt like a win right there. The only problem was that he picked up like 9. So, kind of part of the issue right there is that it felt like a contained run.
But it wasn't a first down.
It wasn't a first down.
And that's what we've got to go with right now, because the young man has definitely got a little bit of a mission on his mind out here on this first quarter so far. Shotgun formation again, man in motion from right to left this time, as Marshall's in the backfield, takes the hand off. He's going to stutter step. He's looking for that crease, and there it closed quickly. And that was a great job defensively by the East Knox Bulldogs of knifing in there from his linebacker position for no gain.
Yeah, and what we've mentioned, we've talked about it with East Knox too, though. A lot of times their strength as a team is their defense. Their defense tends to be stout. Their defense tends to be tough to play against. And so if these guys can get on the sideline, coaches can get worked out where the errors are, I think they have the personnel to make some of these plays and slow this down a little bit. Just got to get on the same page.
So 3rd down with 2:37 to go here in the first quarter. Shotgun formation. Marshall gets the handoff, dive up the middle. There it is. There it is. Somebody said something somewhere about him being able to pick up 90 yards, and he just did all the way into the house. Touchdown, Trojans.
He's ran more in the last 10 minutes than I have this year. This is an unfathomable start for him. He's looking unstoppable tonight.
He's solidifying that Pizza Cottage player of the game role, I think, is what he's just making sure there's no doubt in your mind of who's going to win this award.
Is it wrapped up already?
I mean, that was an 81-yard run. I mean, short of East Knox having somebody, I mean, if Lester or Lawson or Elliott decides to step up and put a show on as well, but right now, 21-0. It's hard to argue against. So we're going to have a flag, though, there on that one, as it's going to be a false start on Centerburg.
Oh, they're going to try and move him lay back.
Lay back? Yeah. A little bit. And we'll see here. So they'll spot the ball now on this kick attempt at the 15. So it'll be a 25-yarder. As LeMaster will come and walk it off. Snap is back, kick is up. And just like most Austin's plans, it's no good. So our score is going to be 20-0. As Centerburg is steadily on top of East Knox. You're listening to the Cubbage Electric Plumbing Construction Friday Night Lights.
Elite Preparedness stands as Ohio's unrivaled destination for top-tier firearms training and related services. Experience our state-of-the-art facilities in scenic southern Knox County, stock up in our pro shop, and enjoy our indoor and outdoor range options. Our expert cadre leads an unparalleled lineup of classes and personal training sessions. We also offer VIP transportation, armored vehicle services, along with security and executive protection services. Reach out at 740-263-1234, explore online at elitepreparedness.com, or visit our facilities at 25580 Bell Church Road, Utica, Ohio, to witness the ultimate in preparedness and training.
I just found out my daughter is pregnant and I don't know what to do.
Wow, how'd you find out?
I found the pregnancy test in the trash and heard her on the phone talking about abortion. I know it's her decision, but this is big. I want to help.
What about Starting Point, Pregnancy and Family Resource Center?
I've heard of it, but I don't know much about it.
They have pregnancy test ultrasounds and accurate information on all her options. They're always non-judgmental and
as Lemaster gets his foot into it, a high end over end kick, Holzinger will watch it bounce at about the 7 and trickle its way out of bounds. And that'll be a little benefit for the Bulldogs as they'll get a 1st and 10 at the 35.
It's the Bulldogs offense right here. You got to find a way to get something rolling, right? You know, you've tried every which direction to run this ball, and you really haven't had any sort of success so far. Do you just toss the playbook out right here and just see what you can get going? Maybe try going through the air.
I mean, you got to come up with something. I mean, I don't care if you're rolling on the river. I don't care if you call up Ludacris and roll out. I mean, I don't care if you get the 18-wheeler and get those wheels a rolling. But something's got to happen here, and it's got to be something other than Lester. Or, excuse me, Elliott. I mean, Lester's got to find another teammate out there that he can get the ball, or maybe even himself. Because right now they are keying in completely on Elliott. Shotgun formation. Even split, 2 left, 2 to the right. Lester does keep it himself. Nice block by Elliott, but again, the pressure's right there. And again, no gain.
And it just feels like the Centerburg defense is basically playing this to where it's like, prove to us that you can throw. Prove to us that you can beat us over top. We're going to crowd the box. We're going to make this a nightmare for you. Show us that you can do something other than running.
And so far, it's been a mixed bag, as they had the one big pass play for 40 yards. Tried to pass it twice since then, no success, but they're going to need something again out there because right now they are just struggling. As Lester hands off Elliott again, this time he goes right up the middle. He pushes the pile for about 3 or 4 yards, and he'll bring up a 3rd down and about 7.
Not really in a part of the field right here where you really, if you don't get this, you really don't want to have to go for it, but the score is getting to the point where you almost might have to. It's rapidly getting out of control.
Yeah. I mean, you're 20-0. You're not even out of the first quarter. You still got a whole minute left. At the efficiency rate the Trojans are running on offense right now, they could probably put 1 or 2 more scores back on the board if you give them the ball before the end of the first quarter. I mean, it's what, 2, maybe 3 plays and they're in?
Yeah, it's about the average.
Yeah. So, shotgun formation. This time Lester keeps it. This time he's off that left side. A little bit of room there as he runs through the back of his blocker, but not enough room to get a 1st down, and gets maybe 2 or 3 on that and brings up a 4th and call it 4.
It seems like they're playing for that as 4-down territory right there. They don't really seem to be real conservative play calling still.
Let's see here what they're going to do is they are going to stay with it. Trojans thought they were going to punt as they had sent Harris back deep, but then they stepped up to the line of scrimmage. Shotgun formation as Lester has Elliott in the backfield. They may also try to draw him off sides here. Stay focused, stay disciplined. As the clock continues to roll, we're down about 15 seconds, and there's that delay of game.
Yeah.
And that may have been what they wanted as well. Give them an extra 5 yards on the punt. So they'll move them back, and then they'll get lined up here, and now Harris will drop back deep to return the kick. As Lawson will do the kicking duties. Again, remind you folks, stick around for the halftime UIS Insurance and Investment halftime show, as well as the starting point postgame show where we will announce the Pizza Cottage player of the game. Gets his foot into it. It's a high end over end kick as Marshall steps up, drops it. Excuse me, that was Harris who dropped it at the 31, but he fell right back on top of it. And it'll be 1st and 10 for the Trojans from there.
So they've proved they can score from the 10-yard line. They've proved they can score from the 40. I don't know if they've started at the 30 yet, but
Yeah, I mean, it's an opportunity there. Get you a 70-yard score on this.
Sure. I know a guy who can run 70 yards.
I know two of them.
It's not me.
No, it's Gary for sure.
He's one.
Gary's actually already ran it and came back.
Sure.
But either one of these Marshall brothers both look like they are more than happy to take the ball and do as much damage as humanly possible to the East Knox Bulldogs defense, because it's really been the Marshall show. I don't think we've seen anybody else carry the ball. Ball carried it on one. I take that back. He did have one quarterback sneak, but other than that, it's been Miles Marshall with one spiced in on a wide receiver just like this. A little wide receiver sweep to Chris Marshall. And it's a play action as he's looking for Harris. And incomplete. We'll see. There is. Yep. It looked like at the last minute, the defender for East Knox gave him a hug on the shoulder. And unfortunately, that's only acceptable at the Halloween dance. And it'll be a 15-yard penalty, pass interference.
Got to keep those hands up high, though, at the Halloween dance.
Yes.
Can't get them down low.
No.
We're watching for that.
Yes. And separation. Got to see a little light. Got to see a little light. So that is going to be the end of the first quarter. Our score here is going to be Centerburg 20, East Knox nothing. You're listening to Cubbage Electric Plumbing Construction Friday Night Lights.
That's free.
Wow, where do I get more info?
Google Knox Starting Point. They're right behind the hospital in Mount Vernon.
Thanks, I didn't know where to turn. I'll start there.
Avita Orthopedics and Sports Medicine is proud to care for area athletes. Fellowship trained in complex knee and shoulder surgery, orthopedic surgeon Dr. Kyle Randall and sports medicine physician Dr. Jeremy Ream provide comprehensive sports medicine and orthopedic care for athletes, weekend warriors, and anyone who wants to get back on their feet, from strains and sprains to ACL and shoulder reconstruction. Avita has the experts you need. Call 419-709-8645.
Second quarter starts off 20-0. Centerburg on top of East Knox as they start with the ball. Shotgun formation. Oh, it's a bobbled snap. As Ball is going to keep it himself. Stutter steps, tries to get out of the backfield. Thought he had a crease. And a good job there defensively to wrap him up for a loss of one.
That's the end of the quarter.
What? That's the end of the quarter?
Oh. Did we change our... Okay. So now we're done with the first quarter.
Now we're done with the first quarter. All right. Well, we're going to keep it here.
Yeah.
So that was a first quarter as far as East Knox is concerned. They hope they don't see again. As defensively they were having a hard time figuring out how to contain Miles Marshall, as he was able to rip off 3 touchdown runs, 41, 71. I think he had a short, maybe 20 or 30-yard one in there too as well. So defensively, you got to come up with some way to keep that young man contained, and that's going to be a group effort all the way down from the line to the defensive backs to your linebackers, and then offensively, somebody other than Elliott's got to be your answer. You know, they've got to find a second, third option there right now as they are struggling. So the Trojans have it 2nd and 11, shotgun formation, man in motion from right to left. As Marshall's in the backfield, it's going to be a pass play. He's going to get it out to Chris Marshall on an out route, and he'll go out of bounds right about the 49-yard line of East Knox. Gain of 6.
And that's kind of the problem, too, with the Centerburg team is that, yeah, their running game tonight has obviously been incredible, but they absolutely have a passing game, too. They have threats in both directions. And so if you're East Knox, you can't just focus in on the run game and just settle there. You still have to stay disciplined to watching both sides of the ball right here.
So third down, as the ball sits inside East Knox territory. Wholesale shift for the Trojans. Ball takes a snap, low snap, turns, hands it off to Marshall. Marshall, slow approach. He's going to go across the 49, and he'll fall forward to right about the 44, 45-yard line, and it'll be a first down.
Let's pick up right there to keep that drive going now, because if you're Centerburg, you just want to keep moving. You just want to keep getting this ball down the field, and you want to – again, the thing with East Knox that's tough is that they start off the season so strong, and then all of a sudden things just kind of came crashing down for them. So mentally they got to stay strong right here. But if you're Centerburg, you want to capitalize on that. You know they're struggling. You want to keep pushing.
So we'll see what they come up here. 1st and 10. Pistol formation, 2 left, 2 to the right. As Ball has Marshall in behind him. Man in motion this time from right to left now. Comes set. Turns, hands off. Dive right up the middle. And there it is. He's off to the races. That's going to be a 44-yard touchdown Trojans.
I know the gap was still pretty big right there, but when he runs through it, it looks like it's about a mile wide. fit from about Delaware to Mount Vernon in that gap that he just had right there. And his speed is just so lethal that once he's gone, you can't catch him.
I mean, that's another example of the Marshall plan working to perfection, as he puts the score out to 26-0 now as LeMaster comes on for the extra point. And if you're planning on getting something to eat for the second half, you may want to make it fast, because got a feeling it's going to be a quick second half as that kick is up, and it is good. So our score here is Centerburg 27, East Knox nothing. You're listening to the Cubbage Electric Plumbing Construction Friday Night Lights.
Great news, Central Ohio. Foster's Pharmacy offers daily dose packaging, which are convenient and simple. It's truly personalized care you're looking for. It just starts with a call to get started. Take the hassle out of your medications. Call 740-392-0911. Foster's Health Mart Pharmacy. Health Mart, taking the time to listen and care.
Your sinks are backed up, the electric in your master bedroom needs rewired, and now the wife is asking for a new addition. It's time to get in touch with Cubbage Electric, Plumbing, and Now Construction. Give Brian and his team a call at 740-627-8004. They can fix your electrical and plumbing needs and give your bathroom and kitchen a remodel.
Cubbage Electric Plumbing and Construction is a proud sponsor for all the local high school teams.
Enjoy the season. Cubbage Electric, Plumbing, and Construction. 740-627-8004.
As Holzinger is going to take the return on this one out across the 20, 25. He's got a crease to the 30. And he got tripped up from behind, so they'll start 1st and 10 at about the 31-yard line. And if you're East Knox, you have to find an answer on this drive.
Oh, for sure. And you just got to start taking this game a drive at a time right here. You can't think about what's already happened. You just got to focus on winning each play. You got to focus on winning each drive, and then you got to focus on winning each quarter. It seems pretty insurmountable for them to try and even come back in this game right now. But if you're going to, you have to focus on one score at a time. You can't look at this score as a whole, because it's going to feel like a mountain that the kids are just going to feel like they can't get over. So you just got to go one at a time right here, and starts with a strong drive right here.
So 1st and 10, ball will be resting at the far hash mark right on the 30-yard line. Shotgun formation, 2 left, 1 far right. As he's going to have Elliott in the backfield, who's going to fake the handoff. He's going to catch him on a slant here, and he's got his man. Out across 35. I thought he lost the ball, did he? What are they going to say here? Ooh, they're ruling him down by contact. Harris thought he had an interception on a fumble or something along those lines, but nice little pass play to gain 7.
And that's a name that we really haven't seen right there, but that's Dakota Cooper. That's somebody that's going to get open. That's somebody that's been kind of a safety net for them at times this year. They're going to need to find guys like him to get back in this.
So shotgun formation again. Elliott takes the handoff, step out across the 40. And the microphone was going to die. And that'll be a gain of enough to get a 1st down.
Yeah, that's any sort of offensive momentum is a good sign for them right now. So even a 1st down's got to feel like a win. Again, you got to go play at a time right here and just try and find something. Get some points on the board here would be huge, even if it's just from a morale standpoint.
So again, shotgun formation. Adjustments made, switch him over to the right and bring Elliott over on the left. High snap, hands off Elliott again off that right side, and again, just no corner to get around. It's a smothering defense for the Trojans, took him for a loss of 1.
It's got to be getting frustrating too if you're Elliott, because you're a player that's used to kind of having the game go your way. You're used to kind of dominating the field of play with how you run, being such a powerful runner like that, but to not be able to really get any sort of forward momentum here, it's just got to be really frustrating. I want to see how it wears on him as this game goes on.
So 2nd down behind the chains at 11. Standard shotgun formation, 2 to the left. As Elliott's in the backfield with Lester, takes the snap. He's going to roll. He's looking downfield. The pressure's there, and he's going down. Boy, they are they're just having a hard time up front on that line, given any type of time in the passing game, getting any type of crease or seam around the corners in the running game, and that's going to make for a very long night, especially when you're in a 3rd and about 16 position here.
This defense for Centerburg is just humming right here, man. They are all over it. Side of the ball is pretty amped up, and I think it has to do with a lot of how that offense has been playing. They want to do their end of the bargain. So
shotgun formation again. Man in motion from right to left as High snap. He's going to get it. It'll be a quick hit here over to Cooper. Cooper's got a block, but that's about all. He's going to try to get out of the tackle, but Harris finally was able to suplex him to the ground. And that'll be a 4th down.
Just nothing going on these offensive drives. It just feels like we kind of opened up talking about how both these teams do still have something to play for. Both these teams still have playoff aspirations. And it looks like for Centerburg, it looks like they came to this game fully aware of where they stand and what they need to do. And they came out looking like a playoff team. Can't say the same for East Knox yet.
Well, yeah, they have struggled offensively, to say the least. So Dawson gets his foot into it, almost blocked, but a nice high spiral kick. It's going to check up and take a bounce picked up there by Harris at the 25. He almost forgot what he was supposed to do, and then he almost lost the ball. But he finally was able to hold on across about the 35, and there's that yellow flag.
Makes its appearance again.
It's a very limited appearance. No complaints. I am not complaining at all. Let's not bring it out even more, because I think in the first 8 weeks so far this season, we've seen enough flags to last us for about 2 years.
Yeah, but you just did it right there, though. You just brought it up.
Don't blame me. It's Gary's fault.
Can't blame him. He'll get mad at me.
You've been mad at me all night. You'll be all right. So that penalty is going to be on Centerburg. And that'll push them back inside the 30 down to the 26-yard line. So it'll be 1st and 10 from there. I don't know if that extra 10 yards will be that big of a difference. As, again, I have not seen anybody draw up an answer for Marshall, Miles or Chris.
So it really doesn't matter which one, I guess, huh?
Yeah. So shotgun formation, 3 left. It's going to be a pistol with Miles behind ball. He'll get the handoff. He's going to stutter step, and oh, Lord, he's got a crease. There he is out across the 35, and he'll push up to the 37. Good job on the backside there from the defense of sealing it in from the secondary. But a gain of 10 and a 1st down.
See Marshall chirping over there, talking across some of those East Knox Bulldogs. He's feeling it.
I would be too.
Absolutely, as he should be.
Young man hasn't left any doubt of what he's capable of doing.
No.
I believe if you look, he single-handedly is beating your team. So, yeah, I got a feeling he's probably got some words of wisdom about what to do. So, again, shotgun formation, 3 right. As Miles is going to go out of motion in the backfield. Ball's going to look to hit him up on a swing pass for a screen. There's his brother doing an excellent job blocking out in front of him. And he'll get pushed out of bounds. Gain of about 7.
Yeah, just a modest 7-yard gain right there. Just seems like the Centerburg offense really has unlimited options right here, and you really don't need unlimited with what they got going. But I think part of the interesting part of it, too, is that, obviously it's been a Miles Marshall show all night, but Harris is an extremely high-level receiver who can really impact the game, and they haven't even needed him that much tonight.
Exactly. It's a good ace to have up the sleeve. So shotgun formation, 2 left, 2 to the right as ball steps up. Changes the call for his line. Miles will be on his right-hand hip. He's going to send Harris in motion from left to the right. Takes a snap. He's going to look. Quick hitter out to the outside. He's got Chris Marshall there at the 50. A stutter step, a spin move, and he goes down at the 47. But you know what that's enough for? Another 1st down.
Another 1st down. Something they haven't struggled to achieve tonight. So, yeah, his drive just kind of keeps on rolling. And you can feel the air out here just getting colder and colder by the minute.
It's like those big wheels keep on rolling?
Oh, yeah.
Fair enough. Somebody was asking if it was karaoke night tonight.
Yeah, somebody was asking about the wheel in the sky. That seems like something you could pull off. I can see you as that guy.
Yeah. Not Riders in the Sky? No. All right. Fair enough. Shotgun formation, 2 left. 1 right, 1 in tight on the right as Miles is in the backfield. Turns, fakes the handoff to Miles, keeps it himself to his ball. He's going to roll out. He's going to look for his tight end. He's got him on the flat route out across the 45. And he'll fall forward to about the 41-yard line and gain of 6.
Jack Lawrence, a name we haven't heard tonight. Just kind of another example of different weapons that they have out there. This is a complete offense in pretty much every aspect. So it's been fun to watch tonight, though, because truly they have showed up looking like a playoff team. This looks like a team that is poised and probably has hopes of when they get into the playoffs at least winning a couple of rounds.
2nd down, we'll call it 4. And he's going to have a tight shotgun formation with bunches on the right and Harris split out far to the left. Miles Marshall will be in the backfield with him on the right-hand side. His ball comes set, takes a snap, rolls out right, looking downfield. He's looking for pressure, is right there, though, as Elliott. He was trying to look for Chris Marshall on a little fly right out of the back. But Elliott was right there to take him down for a huge loss, pushes them behind the chains, and brings up a 3rd down and 12.
These Knox defense right there, there's some sort of momentum to build off of right there. You got a 3rd and long right here for the first time, what feels like tonight. So see if they can capitalize on this, try and shut this drive down.
Yeah, I don't think East Knox has seen themselves behind the chains yet.
No.
Or, excuse me, Centerburg. So shotgun formation, bunches on the right, one split out far left in the form of Harris. Miles Marshall in the backfield with ball as ball steps up and readjusts the line call. Switches Miles over to his right-hand hip. Takes a snap, turns, Marshall has it. Stutter step right behind his blockers out across the 45, and he'll fall forward up to about the 42-yard line. So right back to where the line of scrimmage was on the previous play. And I'll bring up a 4th down.
4th, but really manageable, again, for an offense that feels like you have a pretty much unlimited playbook right here. So it's a great play to get a good chunk of that yardage back.
4th down. I mean, I think you go to Marshall, but, you know, could also go to Marshall.
You could.
Or you could spice it up a little bit and give Harris an opportunity.
Not a bad option number 3.
But if you really wanted to, Ball could just keep it himself and run. So we'll see here what they do. Shotgun formation, 2 to the left, 2 to the right. Excuse me, pistol. As Miles is behind, Ball in the backfield. Takes a snap, turns, hands it off. It's going to be Miles, a little stutter step hesitation. And this time the defense was able to answer the call and force a 4th down turnover on downs. And the Bulldogs will get it 1st and 10 at their 39-yard line with 5:12 to go here in the first half, trailing 27-0.
A little bit of a surprising play call there. With an offense that's just been so effective tonight, been able to spread the field in so many ways. It's kind of surprising to see him go right up the middle right there.
Yeah, I would have thought they would have probably tried to get to the outside with that too. Yeah. But I'm not going to question their play calling. One failure on all of them so far this first half hasn't been that bad. On the other side, excuse me, I will question the play calling because as well as Elliott, it does play. And it's not no kick on him. No. It's just I think Centerburg realizes he's one of your key players, and they're trying to see if you're willing to beat him with anybody else. And so far, Bulldogs haven't been able to. Check on formation, 2 right as Elliott's in the backfield. Lester's going to keep as he rolls right again. He gets hit, but he's able to get it away, and again, incomplete as ball sailed high over top of his intended target.
I think he was trying to get Logan Clark out there. It really wasn't a bad toss when you factor in the fact that he was getting hit right there, but that was an aggressive play. It's a different look. It's something you haven't seen a ton of so far tonight. So, again, you got to try and find a way to spread this field out somehow. Yeah, you have a good weapon with Elliott, but he's got to have some space to work with.
And he's got nothing right now because they just know he's running the ball. And their defensive line is not getting blocked well by the offense. So, again, fake the handoff, and he's going to pass it again. He's going to try to hit him on a slant route. And, again, it sails high, but some reason the flag was deposited on the field.
You think he just accidentally dropped it?
I don't think so.
No.
He's walking with a purpose.
Oh.
He's a man on a mission.
Yeah.
He's confident in what he's telling the head official.
He's got something to say.
Yeah, there's no doubt in his mind what he just explained. And that's going to be a pass interference on Centerburg. Well, that's a huge break there for the Bulldogs.
Yeah.
Get you a little push inside of Centerburg territory. Territory I don't think you've had a whole lot of opportunity to experience all night long. That was a 15. It's only a 10. Fair enough.
Regardless, it's free yardage that if you're Centerburg, you don't need to be given.
I'm a huge fan of free.
Yeah.
Free 50.
I can see that. I see when they got those little stalls up at the grocery stores. I'm sure you're all over there.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. I'm stocking up the whole fam, man.
Oh, for sure.
There we go. Now there's the extra 5, and now we're inside of Centerburg territory. So the ball will rest at the 46-yard line as they come with a wholesale shift. Shotgun formation, 2 right as Elliott's in the backfield. Lester hands off to Elliott. He's got a crease off that left side and a little bit of momentum this time out to the 40. Gain of 6, and he'll bring up a 2nd down and 4.
Yeah, one of the better runs you've seen so far tonight for Elliott right there. Looked like he was able to get a little bit of space, get those legs moving, and once they get moving, he's one of the toughest backs in the K-MAC to take down. So yeah, it was good to see a little bit of momentum there from him. And you get yourself, too, you try and stay ahead of the chains a little bit. This is an offense that's not built around an explosive play, so you got to stay ahead of the chains.
So again, shift by the offense, and they're going to move Elliott over to the right-hand side. Two split out far right as Lester's in the shotgun. Takes a snap, hands it off again to Elliott. Makes a man miss in the backfield. Stutter steps out across the 35, spins out a tackle to the 30, and he'll fall forward to the 26-yard line. About the best run they've had yardage-wise all night long.
It's just sole willpower there from Elliott, too, just refusing to go down right there. It's nice to see that heart still there. He's still fighting. He's gonna keep pushing all night, and all of a sudden you got a serious threat for East Knox. Probably the most legitimate drive they've had tonight to try and get points on the board right here.
This clock continues to roll. We're down to 4:08 here in the first half. 27-0 is our score. Remind you to stick around for the UIS Insurance Investment halftime show. Play action pass by Elliott, and there's that flag again. And this time that looked like it was a little bit of a pass interference as the wide receiver was hit maybe about a half second before the ball came in.
Yeah, it looked like that contact just came a little bit too early right there. That felt like a pretty legitimate call.
Not to be confused with MC Hammer, who's too legit to quit, but
right.
We will see here what they come up with as the officials discuss it over. It is going to be a pass interference on Centerburg. So that will push the ball all the way down inside the 20-yard line. Should be enough for a first down.
Does look that way.
Trying to discuss here if this is the 10 or the 15-yard variety. Seemed to be confused on it the last time. And they're going to go with the 15.
Alas, the same answer as the first time around.
So they'll put the ball at the 13-yard line, give them a 1st and 10. Again, wholesale change. Two split out far right as Elliott's on the right-hand side. Lester pitches it to Elliott, tries to get to the outside, does make a man miss, but the second man saw the trick and did not fall for it. But he got a gain of 4, make it 2nd and 6.
And this is obviously a no question right here for East Knox. You got to find a way to get in the end zone right here. Points are an absolute must on a drive right here if you want to have any hope of trying to claw your way back into this. You got to find a way on this drive. And a lot of it has to do with the fact that Centerburg is giving you 30 free yards. You got to capitalize on that.
So you're saying you wouldn't think about punting on a 4th down?
I'd probably hold off on this side right here. Yeah.
Okay, all right, fair enough. Shotgun formation, 2 left as Elliott's in the backfield, takes the handoff. Stutter steps into the middle of that pile, pushes it forward a little bit more. The offensive lineman confused maybe the 5-yard line with the goal line as he jumped up and down.
There was some premature celebration right there.
Yes, there was. Yeah. Yes, that's fine. It's fine. Yeah, you're having a rough go of it. You do need to get these points, which will be a big, huge boost for that East Knox sideline.
Yeah, enthusiasm of any sort right now feels like a win. So
yes.
To be honest, I'll take it.
So 3rd down and 2 as the ball rests at the 5-yard line. 2:50 to go here in the first half. 27-0 is the score. East Knox trailing Centerburg. Check on formation. Elliott gets the handoff. He goes right, stutter steps, jumps over a defender, and did he get in? He was right at the goal line there. They're going to say he's probably about 2 feet short, and it'll make it 1st and goal.
This is prime Elliott territory right here. Just cram it down your throat and try and get that ball in there.
Yeah, I would think you're just going to go ahead and whether you score, but you're going to just keep running with Elliott over and over and over again.
Which really has been the play call all night for the most part.
Well, yeah, true. True story. Yeah, I won't argue that one bit. So shotgun formation as Elliott's in the backfield. 2 split out left, gets the handoff, dives up the middle. He lost his footing, but the official says he got in, and he did. Touchdown Bulldogs.
Absolute must-need 6 points right there from the Bulldogs to at least give them something to go into the locker room at halftime with something positive in their mouth. This has been an entirely lopsided Centerburg half, so nice bit of momentum there for them to at least get something.
Well, it's good to see that your offense could finally find some continuity as well.
Mm-hmm.
Get a little clicking. Now you were helped out by the 2 penalties, but still, even then you weren't struggling to get to where you needed to go. So the snap is back, the kick is up, and the kick is no good. It was blocked. So our score here is 27-6. Centerburg on top of East Knox. You're listening to the Cubbage Electric Plumbing and Construction Friday Night Lights.
Hey, in this time of high inflation, remember, Goodwill stores have the lowest propane prices in town. So get your propane tank filled at the Goodwill Plaza store in Newark, the Goodwill Unlimited store in Heath, Goodwill at the Lake in Buckeye Lake, or the Goodwill Plus store in Fredericktown, and save big. Goodwill can fill normal-sized grill tanks to motorhome and even large contractor tanks by the gallon. At Goodwill, you're always guaranteed the lowest propane prices in town.
So East Knox finally finds some pay dirt here in the first half to make our score 27-6. As they will get lined up here to kick the ball off. They do get the ball to start the second half, so if your defense can find another way to keep this high-powered Trojan offense from getting in that end zone, should be in some pretty good shape.
Yeah. For that defense, they got the task of trying to hold them up for 2 minutes and 15 seconds, and I just don't know this quick strike offense Centerburg's got. They can make this happen.
Ball's finally teed up there as Dawson comes set. Marshall's back deep for the Trojans. Going to be a short end-over-end kick angled to the sideline, and out of bounds it goes. So the Trojans will get 1st and 10 at the 30.
And this feels like an opportunity here for the Trojans to go and take all of that momentum that East Knox might have gained from that drive and that little bit of confidence they might have gotten from that drive. And if they can try and see if they can shut that down right here with a quick score, that's going to be a really demoralizing way to end this first half. So this defense has a tall task on their hands right here if you're East Knox.
So the ball comes out to the 35-yard line, and it'll be 1st and 10 from there. Centerburg slow to come off the sideline. And finally, they're ready. This ball directs Harris to the far side. It'll be a shotgun formation. 1 near side right, 3 split out far side left. Miles Marshall on the right-hand hip of ball. Harris comes in motion. He takes a snap. He's looking that way. Pressure's coming, but he gets the ball off. It's going to be caught. Harris stutter steps, makes a man miss, and he's able to hold on, though. For reinforcements as Harris got out across the 40 to the 43. And it'll be 2nd down and 2.
Nice start to the drive right here, getting Harris involved right there. Again, you got talked about it almost nauseously at this point, but you got the Marshall option pretty much anywhere, but good to see Harris getting involved early.
Shotgun formation, ball takes the snap again, looking to pass, pressure comes, tries to step up, and there's Dawson there to grab a hold of his shoelaces and tie his feet together for a tackle.
Yeah, it's a big stop right there, too, to get him. Looked like they had a real chance.
And Centerburg is going to take a timeout, so we will too. You're listening to Cubbage Electric Plumbing Instruction, Friday Night Lights.
Education is valuable, and at Mount Vernon Nazarene University, it's affordable too.
Year after year, MVNU continues to be one of the most affordable 4-year private schools in Ohio. Because of competitive financial aid awards, students are able to graduate with less debt.
Did you know that MVNU has ranged in the top 5% best college for the money by College Factual for the past 3 years straight?
Schedule a visit today with mvnu.edu/visit and see for yourself.
At MVNU, the future is bright.
And we're back to action here out of the timeout. 3rd down and 2 for the Trojans. 1:39 to go here in the first half. 27-6 is our score. Centerburg on top. Remind you of the UIS Investment Insurance halftime show coming up shortly. The ball takes the snap, turns, hands it off to Miles Marshall. He's got some pressure in the back. He tried to hurdle a defender, and his feet went out from underneath him, but still was able to get a 1st down.
Yeah, that was the important part right there. Is they just needed to get that 1st down. They got to move quick right here, though, with the clock moving.
So quickly to the line they go, and it's shotgun formation again. Ball takes the snap, drops back. He's got time now. The pressure's coming. He's looking deep downfield and incomplete as he outshot his wide receiver by about 5 yards.
Nice job there of East Knox put their hands up in the air and said, I'm not committing to pass interference right here. You're not getting me on that.
Just running down the field.
Yep.
Catching a nice stroll on a nice cool October evening here in beautiful Centerburg, Ohio.
It's your kind of weather.
It is indeed. Shortly the snow will start falling.
Still your weather?
Still my weather.
Still your weather.
After the first snow, though, it's no longer my weather. Shotgun formation, empty backfield for ball. So he looks to the left. He gets to Harris. And did Harris get underneath it? They said he got underneath it. Nice catch. That was a low delivered rocket. And Harris was able to come back and haul it in. So pick up a 5 and makes it second down. Excuse me.
Third down.
Excuse me. Third down, fourth down?
Third down and 2.
Well, across the way it says 4. Shotgun formation either way. Ball takes a snap, looks right, pressure comes, steps up, tries to throw it, and the defender was right there for East Knox. Somehow didn't get the interception, but East Knox is. Nope, Centerburg's going to take a timeout, so we will too. Our score here is Centerburg 27, East Knox 6. You're listening to Cubbage Electric Plumbing Construction Friday Night Lights.
Griffin Insurance, taking care of your family since 1972. In today's day and age, it's very uncommon to get a real person when you call. Not at Griffin Insurance. We represent multiple carriers to find the best rate for you and your family. Whether it's auto, residential, commercial, or farm, we're here to help. Call Griffin Insurance at 740-397-7488. Griffin Insurance, finding you the best rate.
Same. So we come back to action. It is going to be fourth down now for the Trojans. The ball's inside East Knox territory at the 46. Shotgun formation. Harris all by himself on the left-hand side as we got 3 over here on the right, and Marshall's in the backfield, and East Knox doesn't like what they see, and they're going to take a timeout too. Now, the question here is, you have to respect the pass, obviously.
Sure.
But you can't ignore the run.
That would be a mistake.
What are you looking to do here if you're East Knox? Are you just trying to maybe say, you know what, we might have to cede the first down, but make sure they don't get behind us here for a quick touchdown?
Yeah, I think that's kind of where you got to look, right? I mean, first and foremost, the Marshall brothers have been, burning you all night. So to me, you prioritize whatever you got to do to try and slow that down. If they beat you through the air, then they beat you through the air. But you got to try and pick something here to try and find a way to slow them down. Yeah, you might concede that first down, but yeah, you're only at 56 seconds here. So, for the Trojans, they're looking for the end zone. So if you can slow them down enough to where that's not – is stopping them for 3 a victory here if you're East Knox?
I would think so. I mean, you obviously have struggled with it all night long.
Right.
I think really if you're East Knox, you almost want them to pass.
Yeah, I agree.
You have just percentage-wise a better opportunity there. Right now, it's just they have not found the ability to stop the run from the Trojans. So fourth down as they finally come set out of the timeout. Again, 1 far left and Harris, 3 to the right as ball fakes the handoff to Marshall. Steps up, pressure's coming, and he tried to go, and there it's not, and that's what you wanted. Your defense was able to smother him on the backside, not allow ball to find an option, and you force a turnover on downs to have a 1st and 10 for East Knox at the 46.
And as big as that East Knox touchdown earlier was, that defensive stand right there was just as important because you lose all that momentum if you give it right back up. So for East Knox, the last 3 or 4 minutes has treated them pretty well. It's a big-time stop.
So we'll see what they come up here. I mean, if you can find a way to scratch out another score and then get the ball to start the second half, you might have the opportunity to mount what we like to call back in the day a comeback.
Ooh. That would make it interesting.
Indeed it would. So we'll see what the Bulldogs come up with. Again, shotgun formation, 2 left, 1 near side. Hillitz in the backfield. Fakes the handoff to him. Lester looks downfield. He's got his receiver there, and again, ball just sails a little bit high. He's just a little too much on that back leg at the release point. And he's missing about a consistent foot and a half high on all his receivers tonight.
Yeah, and that was one right there where he's had a lot of receivers that were in pretty tight coverage he was trying to get windows into. That was a wide open receiver right there that he wasn't able to make a connection with. That's tough.
So again, they look over the sideline as it's 2nd down and 10. Check the armbands and come set. 2 split out right, 1 near side left. Elliott in the backfield on the left-hand side with Lester. As he gets the handoff this time, tries to go right. Contact there, got out of it somehow and dove forward for a gain of 2. As the defender was able to reach up and at least grab a hold of his foot. Makes it 3rd down, and we'll call it 9 as we're down to about 30 seconds here, and East Knox is going to take a timeout. So we will too. You're listening to the Cubbage Electric Plumbing Construction Friday Night Lights.
Pizza Cottage in Mount Vernon is one of 11 pizza cottages in Ohio. They are among the nation's best performing pizzerias and ranked in Pizza Today. The finest ingredients is used daily. Treat your customers and employees like family and always give back to the community. Offering not only takeout but also dine-in and full bar. Book your group parties today. Find Pizza Cottage on Facebook or go to pizza-cottage.com to begin your journey of tastes.
So we'll come back from the timeout. Again, our score, Centerburg 27, East Knox 6. Down to 32 seconds here in the first half. East Knox with the ball. And we'll get the ball also to start the second half. But offensively for tonight, the Bulldogs have had a rough go of it. And defensively, Marshall's been a one-man wrecking crew against them from the Trojans. So shotgun formation as Lester steps up, pressure's coming. He held it too long, and down he goes. And that'll be the last play most likely here of the first quarter as they get the sack. And nope, Trojans are going to force that kick. Centerburg's going to take one of their timeouts. Yeah, English is suggested, but it's not mandatory.
No, these days definitely not mandatory. Absolutely no. A turnaround really is not that bad. But yeah, I mean that's a victory for Centerburg right there. Force them to have to kick.
And it's going to be one of those things where it's 22 seconds. I think we watched Miles Marshall run an 81-yard sprint in about 7 seconds. So I think they might have enough time to put another score on the board.
Yeah, you got to be careful for East Knox right here because you feel like you got the job done. You feel like you got the stop that you needed. But now all of a sudden they're going to get the opportunity to get the ball back, and they've shown how explosive they can be on these kick returns.
So we'll see what they come up with also out of the timeout here. Centerburg has called the timeout to force him to punt. Harris will go back to set up camp around his own 23, 24-yard line. And Dawson will set up right around his own 30.
14, Trevin Harris back to return.
So we'll see here. A man shy. As you only got 10, you're going to need 11. There we go. As Elliott checks, make sure everybody's set, and we're good. Snaps back. Kick is out. Nice end-over-end kick. Harris is going to take it at about his 17. Out across that 25. Stutters step across the 30. Made a man miss. Dropped a shoulder at the 35. He'll go down right about the 36-yard line, and that's where it'll be 1st and 10 for the Trojans.
If you're the Trojans right here, what are you doing?
I think you're trying to take the top off.
I agree. Why not?
Yeah. I think you look for Harris once over the top, see if you can find him.
Yeah.
Maybe even Marshall. See if you can get him over the top. I think you got probably 2 or 3 opportunities to go deep here if you want.
Yeah.
Got 1 timeout left, I think. Nope, no timeouts left. So if you do get the ball down, you got to get there quickly because you only got 11 seconds and you got 60 yards to go. So Harris will be by himself, split out far to the right. Shift the tight ends over to that side to join him as they'll leave one here on the near side. Marshall was playing quarterback takes the direct snap, and he had nothing really there to go for. Tried to do a little kind of wildcat look, but that'll be the end of the first half. And so our score here is Centerburg 27, East Knox 6. Make sure you stick around for the UIS Insurance and Investment halftime show on the Cubbage Electric Plumbing Construction Friday Night Lights.
Howard Hilton Grill, just east of Apple Valley on Coshocton Road, has a casual, cozy atmosphere, offering comfort food and good times. Open daily from 10 in the morning to 1 a.m. Now adding Sunday morning breakfast at 8 a.m. The Howard Hilton also recently added on an outdoor tiki bar seating patio option with big screen TV. Stop by and enjoy great tastes like the Hilton Burger or enjoy Taco Tuesdays at the Howard Hilton in Howard. That's the Howard Hilton, 740-599-2337.
If market volatility is
Your family, the car that you bought when you were 18, the house you turned into a home. UIS Insurance and Investments protects what you love and provides security when you need it most. As an independent insurance agency, UIS Insurance and Investments is able to design a custom policy that's unique to you and assures that all things you love are safe and sound. For more information, go to uisprotect.com. UIS Insurance and Investments, trusted advisors for all your insurance needs.
Featuring our percussion section. Here's the Safari's classic, Wipeout. Here is Hand Clap. your kind attention and thank the Centerburg Band for their hospitality. They also want to wish the Centerburg Band the best of luck the rest of their season and their entire year.
UIS Insurance and Investments protects what you love and provides security when you need it the most. They're a full-service, independent insurance agency with a hometown attitude dedicated to providing the best coverage and service possible. UIS Insurance and Investments supports area schools and communities with local offices in Northwest and Central Ohio and Southeast Michigan. For more information, go to uisprotect.com. That's uisprotect.com. UIS Insurance and Investments, trusted advisors for all your insurance needs.
For only $10, you get to taste over 15 different chilies. You get a dessert or side and a drink, and vote for your favorite. All proceeds benefit our band and choir performers trip to Florida this spring. Also visit the craft show and support local vendors. Chili is served from 11 to 2, and then the winner will be declared. We hope to see you tomorrow.
But that goes on earlier in the day, and then it goes later after. But we ended up taking W.
And now, please welcome to the field the Trojan Pride Marching Band. The band is under the direction of this year's drum majors, Trusty Beverly, Victoria Browning, and Dylan Meyer. Tonight the band will be performing their Pirates of the Caribbean show. Part 1 features a flute solo by Claire Hill on Fogbound, The Medallion Calls, and The Black Pearl. Part 2 includes Blood Ritual in the Pirate's Cave. Finally, Part 3 includes One Last Shot and He's a Pirate, featuring a flugelhorn solo by Thomas Schaller. The band would like to wish both teams good luck tonight.
Home has never meant more. It's not just a place, it's where life happens. Protect yours from the inside out with a home insurance policy from Frankenmuth Insurance. Are you ready to get frank about your insurance needs? Start a conversation with the experts at UIS Insurance and Investments and see if a homeowner's policy from Frankenmuth Insurance is right for you. Get started at uisprotect.com. That's uisprotect.com. Trusted advisors for all your insurance needs.
Home. Avita Orthopedics and Sports Medicine is proud to care for area athletes. Fellowship trained in complex knee and shoulder surgery, orthopedic surgeon Dr. Kyle Randall and sports medicine physician Dr. Jeremy Ream provide comprehensive sports medicine and orthopedic care for athletes, weekend warriors, and anyone who wants to get back on their feet, from strains and sprains to ACL and shoulder reconstruction. Avita has the experts you need. Call 419-709-8645.
Great news, Central Ohio. Foster's Pharmacy offers daily dose packaging, which are convenient and simple. It's truly personalized care you're looking for. It just starts with a call to get started. Take the hassle out of your medications. Call 740-392-0911. Foster's Health Mart Pharmacy. Health Mart, taking the time to listen and care.
Or treat. Check us out on Facebook at Centerburg Youth Wrestling.
All those at
and
home.
Sign up your kids today. If your kids
I would like to quote Ned Stark. Winter is coming.
Sign up and wrestle.
It is. It's getting chilly as the sun disappears here tonight in Centerburg. Our score: Centerburg 27, East Knox 6. And Austin, it was. Well, it was the Miles Marshall show in the first half, pretty much.
Yeah, it was a thrashing, is what it felt like really in the first half. It was Miles Marshall, and when it wasn't him, it was another Marshall, and when it wasn't him, it was really just a lot of Marshall all over the place. Yeah, it was a. It was a sight to behold. That first quarter was unbelievable, man. It just off to it instantly Centerburg set the tone for this game.
Well, 3 touchdowns for Marshall.
Yeah.
Well over 100 yards.
Sure.
And then, like we've said, Ball hasn't really had to use his legs, but that's always an option. And Harris, who's just a dynamic wide receiver threat, hasn't even really come into play either. So for Centerburg, you got to love what you saw there, both offensively and defensively in that first half. You did a great job defensively of just absolutely wrecking anything East Knox tried to come up with. Elliott, for all of his effort, unfortunately, is just not able to get away from that many defenders at a time. And so offensively, they just, on the East Knox side, had just struggled completely.
Yeah, the offense for East Knox has got to get something figured out. You got Elliott, but you got to get Logan Clark involved. You got to get Dakota Cooper. You got to get some guys out there. You got to separate the field. You got to get some space. Elliott's just running into a brick wall every time he tries to go up the middle right there, and they're trying to get out to the edges, and Centerburg's controlled that part of it too. So for East Knox, you got to figure out a way in the second half. You get the ball to start, so that's big time for them, but they got to find a way to answer quick if they want to try and fight their way back into this game, because if Centerburg starts the second half like they did the first, it's going to be a quick second half.
Indeed. And we know, Centerburg, East Knox is talking to a couple of the parents and coaches here at halftime, battling through a lot of injury problems, especially on that front line. And we're seeing it here because any time that they try to stop and step back to pass that ball, Lester has just got a defender in his face almost nonstop, and it's the 2 tackles. You can tell they're struggling right now because the edges can't even get set. They've tried to get Elliott around the corner numerous times in that first half, and just the penetration on the edge and the sealing up from the linebackers has just been phenomenal.
Yeah. There's you can absolutely tell that the youth of East Knox is in play here. The injuries from East Knox are in play here, and it's just this is not the team at this time of year that they were hoping that they were running out there. There's some youth, there's some learning going on out there for sure, but there's going to be a learning curve here in the second half. They got to find a way to kind of regain a little bit. That really, for what it's worth, the first quarter was all Centerburg, but really the end of that second quarter, East Knox had some control in that game. They were able to have their way a little bit on the offensive side on that last drive, and then defensively they were able to get some things rolling. So you just got to see if you can get more of the same here to start the second half. Try and get some sort of momentum in your side.
Indeed. And the other thing we saw start to pop up a little bit in that second half was the yellow flags.
Yeah.
So that'll be the other thing to see if that comes into effect, as we've watched it all season long. Have a rather abusive relationship with any game that we've covered. So Centerburg has the ball teed up. They're getting ready to kick it off, as LeMaster has it sitting on the far side at the 40. Gets his foot into it. It's an end-over-end kick, going to be tailed by Heinzinger at the 10. He'll be up to the 20, stuttered there, and that was a bad stutter, as he lost all the words and fell to the ground. And they will start 1st and 10 from their own 20.
Yeah, that was worse than some of the stutters I've had on here. That was tough. Yeah, so now not the field position that East Knox wanted here to start this half, but I guess you could look at it and say it just gives a little more field for that offense to get some practice here and see if they can get rolling. There's a positive in there somewhere.
As Monty Python would say, always look on the bright side of life.
There you go.
It's a reference Gary does not understand.
Something you always do.
Back in the 60s, Gary. Back in the 70s. Anyways, shotgun formation. 2 left for the Bulldogs as they go with the mass split switch. Tight ends jump over to the right. Elliott comes over to the left, and Elliott gets the handoff. He goes to the right, tries to get to that outside corner, and once again, there is no room to work as the defenders for the Trojans were waiting for that one.
And like you said, they're going to have to find a way to kind of game plan around a little bit. That's a young line up there right now. You got to try and find a way to help them out a little bit, whether it's trying to get some quick pitches out to get the ball out of the hand quick, try and get something going. You got to spread the field a little bit, because this Elliott to the side thing, you don't have the edges set up right there to be able to get any sort of positive momentum going right there.
So second down, we're going to call it about 9. As they come out shotgun formation, 2 here to the near side left, as Elliott is in the backfield as well. Lester's going to follow Elliott this time on a dive. He got a little bit of a crease, was able to jump through, but it closed just as quickly as it opened, and he'll go down at the 25-yard line, a gain of about 2 to make it 3rd and 5.
And if you're Centerburg right here too, as much as East Knox is trying to get rolling on the offensive side of things, Centerburg wants to shut this down immediately, get back out there and get that ball in the end zone so that they get the clock rolling for them.
Mind you to stick around after the game for the Starting Point post-game show, where we will announce the Pizza Cottage Player of the Game. It's pretty much been a one-man show for that idea here tonight, so we'll see if anybody throws their name in that hat here in the second half. So they finally come set 3rd down, shotgun formation, as Elliott's in the backfield. Lester fakes the snap, or the handoff to him, throws a quick slant, but Harris was there, and after some thinking about it, the official throws the flag. And this is what we saw last week be a detriment to the Centerburg Trojans, is the penalties really gave them no opportunity to get back in that game against Danville.
And the one successful drive that East Knox has really had tonight, a large part of it had to do with the fact that there was 30 yards worth of pass interference penalties right there. So if you're Centerburg, you got to be smart right here. You can't make these mistakes. You can't get yourself in your own way.
In last week's game, Harrison had to be removed from the game in the last half of it because of penalties. He's a great young athlete, just to let his emotions at that time get a hold of him, so you'd hope that doesn't happen here again. So East Knox is going to do a reverse, and at first it looked like they may have had him fooled, but good job recovering there by the defenders. Marshall along with a couple others to wrap him up, a gain of maybe 1.
Yeah, nice job containing him right there, kind of looking like there was going to be a crease for a second, but they were able to close that off. So, yeah, but free yardage here, though. If you're East Knox, you got to try and get some sort of positive momentum on this drive right here. Maybe try and open something up over the top. We talked about it in the first half, but got to be a little bit more diverse as an offense right here. It's just a matter of if they can have the time to open it up over the top.
So shotgun formation again, 2 to the right. As Lester takes the snap, he'll roll right. He's looking downfield. He's got his receiver there, and was it caught? See here, it looked like it was on the sideline. Couldn't tell if he kept his foot in bounds. They're going to say no, he did not, so it's going to be incomplete.
3rd down.
And he'll bring up a 3rd down. It's hard to tell from our angle over here. It did look like he was on the edge of that sideline and may have been pushed out before he could bring it in, and that's what the officials came up with. So Bulldogs will go 3rd and 9.
That was a pass in the first half, though. The Lester was thrown about 2 feet above his receiver's head, so it's good to see him getting it down right there, though, at least getting the pass on target.
3rd down as they take the snap. Lester drops back. Now he's got a little bit of time here. Now the pressure comes in. Again, he just, excuse me, he could not get anybody downfield. They're dropping 4 or 5. He's only sending 2 guys out in routes. So obviously there are numerically advantaged there, and then the rest are coming to pressure, and it's just too much for this line right now for the Bulldogs to stop. So 4th down and 17. I don't know if they're debating whether or not to go for it here. I don't think you would. This deep inside your own territory.
That would be a bold strategy, Cotton.
Amen to that, my friend.
This feels like the right decision.
There we go. All right, so Dawson comes in. He'll set up at about his own 20. Harris will go back, set up camp inside his own territory about the 32-yard line. As the snap is back, and it's going to be a muffed kick. It's going to bounce and take a East Knox bounce. Almost might have hit Miles Marshall, but it did not. And they'll down it right about the 44.
What's been really, for the most part tonight, a pretty successful special teams unit there for East Knox. Kind of a little bit of a blunder right there, but for Centerburg now, you got prime real estate here to start with, and try and see if you can put your foot on the gas, same way you started that first half. Try and come out here and do the same thing, get that clock moving with the rolling clock here in the second half.
Yeah, I think you're just going to give them a steady dose of Marshall. You want to put any semblance of hope that scoring drive gave them away, and make this just a one-sided show. So shotgun formation, 3 left, 1 to the right. As Marshall will be lined up in the pistol behind ball. Gets the snap, gets the handoff. There he is, right up the middle. Made a man miss. A stiff arm makes another man miss out across the 45. And he gets dragged down from behind. The fans are hoping for a horse collar, but that seemed like that was pretty legit and dry on the back end. And no harm, no foul, but another first down there on that run of 12, 15 yards.
Hung on for dear life right there and tried to bring him down, man. Once he gets moving, it's tough right there. It almost takes a horse collar to get him down, but just like that offense is out there and rolling. One play, and you're already in enemy territory.
Shotgun formation again, 3 left, 1 to the near side right, as this time Marshall's on the left stand hide, and he gets the handoff again from Ball out across the 40, and he falls forward to about the 35. As the defender was able to wrap him up and bring him down, but not before he gained another 7.
Tell you what, if the saying was 9 yards in a cloud of dust, that'd be that's kind of what we're looking at here tonight.
He is having his way, that is for sure. So again, shotgun formation as Ball is in the backfield with Marshall. Hands it off to him. This time he's got no room to run. And a good job there. They brought a little extra pressure from the linebacker spot. And they were able to blow up the line of scrimmage for no gain.
Which is what they're going to need to do. Again, Centerburg's just kind of steady dose, like you said, steady dose of Marshall. And why not until it's proved that it could be stopped? But if you're East Knox, that's got to be where your focus is at, right? If you're going to lose this game, at least make them beat you somewhere else, whether it's trying to pass the ball down the field or whatever it might be. You know Marshall's a problem for you, so sell out on him if you have to.
So 3rd down here inside of East Knox territory, ball at the 35. Need to go to about the 32 for a first. Pistol formation, turns, ball, hands it off. Marshall, too much traffic in the backfield. He tried to stutter step in, trying to find a lane. It cost him as he's going to lose big time all the way back to about the 39-yard line. And bring up a 4th down. So what looked like a promising drive, we're seeing something we haven't seen all night, negative plays back-to-back for the Trojans.
Yeah, it's kind of surprising right there. It's not what I would expect. Again, it seems like the edges have been so friendly to you tonight. Not to try and utilize them right there. Keep the offense out on the field, though, see if you can get this 4th and 7.
So they'll be shotgun formation as they have 2 split out left, 1 near side right. Marshall will get on the right-hand hip, a ball in the backfield as he comes set, looks over that defense. Now he's going to have a man in motion from left to right. It looks like it's going to be one-on-one on the outside for Harris, but the pressure's coming. I don't know how he missed Ball. Somehow Ball got away from him and was able to get to the outside, but tracked down from behind. And he'll get maybe about a yard and a half. And that'll be a turnover of downs, and East Knox will get the ball back. Interesting.
Yeah, that's a stop for East Knox that they desperately needed right there, but the offense just kind of sputtering out in that area of the field. It seems like they kind of been slimming down the playbook a little bit right there and just haven't been able to find success getting out there and getting into the red zone.
Marshall slimming down. I mean, you just keep hitting key trigger words. I just want somebody real Slim Shady, please stand up. All right, sorry, got to get it out of my system. There it is. Music quotes, man. That's all my life revolves around, movie and music quotes. Shotgun formation, 2 near side left as Elliott's in the backfield. And fake the snap to him, and the ball's knocked down again. So even when even when Lester does get a pass off, defenders are able to get their hand on it and knock it for an incomplete.
Yeah, and as this game is worn on, too, the problem is that you saw it in the first half. You saw that offensive line for East Knox struggling, but now as the game goes on, the players are getting more and more tired. you can see where this trend is probably heading in the same direction.
Not one direction, but the same direction, indeed.
You are on a roll right now, my friend.
I got to do something here. Second down, and we'll call it 10. Ball sitting inside East Knox territory at the 37-yard line. As they check over their wristbands for the play call from the sideline. Shotgun formation, 2 near side to the left, Elliott in the backfield. Lester sends a man in motion from right to left. Takes a snap, follows Elliott off that left side. He's finally got a crease out across the 45. But just as quickly as it opened, it closed, and he'll go down, but not before they got a first down. And a nice run there for the Bulldogs.
Just when you thought he was going to say goodbye, somebody from Centerburg says hello right there, takes him down. It's a nice job keeping him what looked like it could have been a 6-point run right there. Keep him on their side of the field. If you're Centerburg, you want to try and see if you can slow it down. You're starting to see a little bit of success here from this East Knox offense, but you got to snuff that out real quick.
Shotgun formation, 2 right as Elliott's in the backfield. Takes the handoff, goes to the right side, and there it is. As the defender was just able to knife in. They are not worried about anything else as the defense, once they see that ball's moving to the sides, they're going.
Yeah, you can tell for Centerburg, they know that Lester's not going to have enough time to find the pass that he wants. So they're just playing with so much confidence up there at the front right now that there's just nothing for Elliott.
So second down, the ball sits outside the hash mark, or the chains at the 47 to make it 2nd and 12. Down to 5 minutes, 20 seconds to here in the third quarter. 27-6 is our score. Play action pass, Lester. He's looking for a streak downfield. He's got his receiver deep and incomplete. As it was one-on-one coverage with Harris, and Harris got, well, that was not Harris out there. That was Helsinger was the intended target. Number 4 was the coverage man for Centerburg, and he had him probably by about 4 or 5 steps. That ball just sailed a little bit too far off his fingertips.
Helsinger was moving right there, man. He almost caught that. He almost got to it, but find yourself in a 3rd and long. It feels like a very crucial drive right here to keep this momentum going. Got to stay out on the field. Can't give Centerburg another opportunity here.
Shotgun formation is going to have 1 right, 1 to the left. Man in motion from right to left. Lester's got the ball. He takes it, follows Elliott up that left side, up across the 50. He'll fall forward, back out the 49-yard line. So he'll get back to the original line of scrimmage +2, and that'll bring up a 4th down.
4th and 9 right here. It almost feels like you're in a position where you kind of have to go for it, though. You want a chance of trying to get back in this, you got to get some points on the board. So obviously risky, because if you fail to convert this, you're going to give Centerburg the ball with very enticing field position, but at the same time, you got to find a way to keep this offensive drive moving.
4th down, as you said. They're inside of Centerburg territory barely. Need to get down to about the 41-yard line for a first. Play action pass, Lester. He's got pressure. He's got nothing. That poor man can't even think without having a gray shirt somewhere in his face. And that loss will push it all the way back inside of Centerburg territory and a turnover on downs.
Exactly what Centerburg was looking for right there. Yeah, if you're Lester, you are just desperate for some sort of time. Feels like every time he drops back, his receivers can't even get to their points in the routes before he's got 2 or 3 gray shirts just mobbing him.
So Centerburg takes over. They'll have 1st and 10, leading 27-6 here on the Cubbage Electric Plumbing Construction Friday Night Lights. Remind you after the game, stick around for the Starting Point post-game show. We'll bring you the Pizza Cottage Player of the Game. Out of the sideline huddle they come. Shotgun formation, even split, 2 left, 2 to the right. Ball will have Marshall on his left-hand hip as he comes set looking over the defense. Man in motion now from left to right. Takes a snap, hands it off. Marshall has it, follows his blocker up the middle. A stutter step across the 40, made a man miss out to the 35. Falls forward to about the 34-yard line. A nice little gain of 6 again.
Yeah, so part of the field right here where they've a couple of times tonight, if that offense is sputtered out, it's been right in here. So you want to see if they can craft up something, get them past this 30-yard line, try and get themselves in towards the red zone a little bit. I think Marshall's generally a good option to go to for that.
So did the United States back in the 1940s with the Marshall Plan, but that was something completely different that had nothing to do with football. That was about taking over other countries inside of South America. But anyways, that's a tale for another story. Shotgun formation, 2 left, 2 to the right. Now man in motion from left to right, goes back to the left as Marshall's in the backfield with ball. Ball follows him off that left side. Stutter step out across the 30, inside the 30 to the 25. Goes down just shy of that. It's 26, but another first down.
Yeah, something we haven't seen a ton tonight. Like you kind of mentioned, I don't think it's for lack of the capability of being able to do it, but Ball really hasn't had to run it tonight because there's been so many other options, but it's always in his bag of tricks if he needs it.
Speaking of tricks, Trick or Treat's coming.
Sure is.
And once again, I do not need to get a costume.
No?
No.
You're good on that.
Yeah, I'm scary enough with that one. Shotgun formation, 2 left, 2 to the right. Man in motion from left to right as Marshall's in the backfield with ball. Ball takes a snap again. This time he's going to keep it and he's going to follow. He's got the crease up the middle. He cuts it back to the middle of the field. Made another man miss. Touchdown, Centerburg.
It's been a minute since they found the end zone right there, but they are sure happy to be there. What a run by Ball. Way to continuously find gap after gap right there and sneak right in.
Great ball carrier vision.
Yeah,
As
absolutely.
he was able to just be patient. Saw it on the right-hand side. Then it saw the crease open up to the left. Had the patience to cut it back to the left, then again to the left, even further down in the middle of the field. And a great job by Harris downfield, pulling his hands up, realizing where he was at, making sure that the officials knew he wasn't going to get any of that yellow flag.
Yeah.
Either you can tackle him or he's in a touchdown. I don't know what to tell you, but I'm not getting a penalty. So now LeMasters comes out, the snap is back, the kick is up, and the kick is good. So our score will be Centerburg 34, East Knox 6. You're listening to the Cubbage Electric Plumbing Construction Friday Night Lights.
Your sinks are backed up, the electric in your master bedroom needs rewired, and now the wife is asking for a new addition. It's time to get in touch with Cubbage Electric, Plumbing, and Now Construction. Give Brian and his team a call at 740-627-8004. They can fix your electrical and plumbing needs and give your bathroom and kitchen a remodel.
Cubbage Electric Plumbing and Construction is a proud sponsor for all the local high school teams.
Enjoy the season. Cubbage Electric, Plumbing, and Construction. 740-627-8004.
Teddy and Ashley Stigler. Thank you.
I mean, when you're looking at a night where things aren't going right, and you're wondering, what do I got to do? And then out of the blue, a blessing. A blessing.
A blessing.
Mama Gary shows up.
Mama Gary. Look at her. Down there taking pictures of the setup.
I could ask for more in my life.
Fantastic.
It was amazing. So out of this timeout we come. Centerburg on top, 34-6, as they get the ball teed up. Holzinger will be back deep for the Bulldogs. He's going to set up camp right about his own 5 yards. I'll tell you what, man, if that man gets a seam with his speed, he could be fun to watch on this return. So we'll see what he gets here as he takes it on the run at about the 15. Goes to the far outside, cuts it back up at the 20, and he's got nowhere to go. I tell you what, the defense for Centerburg tonight is doing a great job of swarming and closing quickly.
Yeah, I think you pointed it out right there, Holzinger. If he gets a gap, he's going to take it, and he's going to be tough to catch. But don't give him a gap, can't go anywhere. And they have been all over it tonight. They're playing with a tenacity. It's been fun to watch.
So East Knox will start off inside their own territory again, 1st and 10, right about the 20-yard line, as they trail 34-6. Shotgun formation for them. They'll have 2 split out to the near side left here as Lester has Elliott in the backfield with him. Takes a snap, pump fake. Again, he's looking downfield, and again, he's got it this time as he's got one-on-one down to the 40. He'll cut inside to the 30, and they'll say he stepped out of bounds, as that was Miles Marshall on the the coverage, and a good job there and a huge gain.
Yeah, one of the first times tonight we've gotten call Logan Clark's name. Good to see him get into the action a little bit right there, but that's one of those downfield targets that they really need to get going.
That takes it all the way down to the 32-yard line. Huge gain there on that pass play between Lester and Clark, and that'll make it a 1st and 10 inside of Trojan territory. Will come set, shotgun formation, man in motion now is from left to right as Lester takes a snap, pump fakes, he's going to look, now he's just going to keep it himself. He's going to try to get upfield, and again, it goes quick. Is amazing closing spiel from the backside. As it looked like a huge hole over there on that right side, and as soon as he tried to cut it up, he got under-ended.
Yeah, there was nothing there towards the end of that, but it'll be tough here for East Knox, though, because if you get a play like that, an explosive play, you got to find a way to try and capitalize on it. But the Centerburg defense has just been blistering tonight. It has been so tough to try and get any sort of advantage on them because they're closing up these gaps so quick.
Absolute menaces. Shotgun formation, 2 left, as Elliott's in the backfield again on the left-hand side with Lester. Lester this time hands it to Elliott. Elliott stutter steps, finds a crease a little bit across the 35. He'll fall forward to about the 31, nice gain, but not enough to get them where they needed to be, and they'll bring up a 4th down.
Chris Marshall with the stop.
Yeah, it just speaks to, again, it doesn't feel like very many times tonight. Again, it's a team that's only been able to get 6 points on the board, so it kind of goes without saying, but they've been behind the chains a lot tonight. They really haven't been able to get any sort of offensive advantage right there, and they just constantly feel like they're trying to go from this 12 yards, 14 yards, try and get the first down. It's just been tough. So a 3rd and 9 is a pretty familiar spot for them tonight. But what's the answer?
Well, they haven't found it except for once.
No.
So we'll see what they come up with here. Shotgun formation, man in motion from right to left. Sends it back to the right side now. Fakes the handoff to Lester, and boy, he tried to get over that pile, but he had nothing. They'll give him maybe about 2. I apologize. That was 3rd down. So now we're down to 4th.
Austin Weaver with the stop. 4th and 8.
4th and 8. Try and craft something up right here. I don't think Elliott's going to be your answer.
No?
I don't think so. It just hasn't really been the answer tonight, man. You got to try and get something going out to the sides.
Looking at the stat sheet, he's averaging 1.2 a carry.
It's 1.2 more than me, but not enough.
There you go. Shotgun formation. 1 left, 1 to the right. Lester takes the snap, drops back. He's looking. He's got a man down deep on the right-hand side, and he's got a man that went in and almost intercepted it as he was looking to hook up, I believe, with Cooper on the far side. And a great job there defensively for Centerburg to make it an incomplete pass and a turnover on downs.
And that drive, just like that, kind of sputters out. So that one explosive play made you think that maybe there was an opportunity there for East Knox to get something rolling, and nothing doing.
Had a chance, but again, lack of confidence right now is, I think, what's really kind of hampering this offense from finding any continuity. They just cannot trust that line currently to give Lester any type of time. And so even when you do get a big play on the pass routes, you don't really want to spend a whole lot of time trying to get back to it for fear you're going to have Lester spending the rest of the game on the sideline from injuries. So the Trojans get it way ahead, 34-6, with 35 seconds to go here in the 3rd quarter. Shotgun formation, 1 left, 2, 3 to the right. Marshall's in the backfield with balls. He takes the snap, and they're still looking to pass. He's going to catch his receiver on a screen route, and he's got a huge block, and that is Chris Marshall out across the 45. And he'll go out of bounds at the 47, 48-yard line, and that'll be a 1st down for the Trojans. He said, excuse me, I would like to also get the ball, and my younger brother can take a break.
Yeah, he said, I'm the senior here, man. I only have 1 year left. There's got to be something for me, right?
That's the 2nd reception on the night. That'll put him up over about the 20-30 mark on the game. So shotgun formation again, 3 left, 1 near side right. Marshall goes out of the backfield in motion so they can get him on a screen, and he's got blocking as he cuts it to the outside and out across the 40. He's going to go down. I got a feeling there'll be some no laundry. Wow. Okay.
A little surprising right there, but if you looked real close right there, Marshall's leg just absolutely slammed into what I believe is a wooden post back there. And he's not looking good.
No. And there's some other players talking, some coaches talking. There's a lot going on that far sideline, and we're going to let them get that sorted out before we try to do any type of speculation on what exactly it is. But if that's Marshall on the ground, that's going to be a huge loss for these Trojans. So our score here, 34-6, Centerburg on top. You're listening to Cubbage Electric Plumbing Construction Friday Night Lights.
Hey, in this time of high inflation, remember, Goodwill stores have the lowest propane prices in town. So get your propane tank filled at the Goodwill Plaza store in Newark, the Goodwill Unlimited store in Heath, Goodwill at the Lake in Buckeye Lake, or the Goodwill Plus store in Fredericktown, and save big. Goodwill can fill normal-sized grill tanks to motorhome and even large contractor tanks by the gallon. At Goodwill, you're always guaranteed the lowest propane prices in town.
Education is valuable, and at Mount Vernon Nazarene University, it's affordable too.
Year after year, MVNU continues to be one of the most affordable 4-year private schools in Ohio. Because of competitive financial aid awards, students are able to graduate with less debt.
Did you know that MVNU has ranged in the top 5% best college for the money by College Factual for the past 3 years straight?
Schedule a visit today with mvnu.edu/visit and see for yourself.
At MVNU, the future is bright.
Griffin Insurance, taking care of your family since 1972. In today's day and age, it's very uncommon to get a real person when you call. Not at Griffin Insurance. We represent multiple carriers to find the best rate for you and your family. Whether it's auto, residential, commercial, or farm, we're here to help. Call Griffin Insurance at 740-397-7488. Griffin Insurance, finding you the best rate.
Pizza Cottage in Mount Vernon is one of 11 pizza cottages in Ohio. They are among the nation's best performing pizzerias and ranked in Pizza Today. The finest ingredients is used daily. Treat your customers and employees like family and always give back to the community. Offering not only takeout but also dine-in and full bar. Book your group parties today. Find Pizza Cottage on Facebook or go to pizza-cottage.com to begin your journey of tastes.
So as we come back out of the injury timeout, that is Miles Marshall. They're helping off the field over there. Looks like an ankle injury on that left ankle, and that's just an unfortunate turn of events for that young man. Hopefully nothing serious, as he has been an absolute phenomenon out here tonight running that ball and on the defensive side. So while it's going to be a huge blow for the Trojans, it's also one of those things where you look at the Trojans and you say, okay, but they still got a lot of weapons.
Yeah, next man up is easy when you have like 8 men that you can put up next that are going to be maybe not quite as productive. I think Miles, like you said, a phenomenon. He feels almost irreplaceable, but he's got a brother that's pretty darn good that's out here right now. You got Harris, pretty good. There's a lot of answers on that field right now, so.
See what they come up with, but they are going to put Chris Marshall in the backfield along with Ball. One split out far left is Harris and 3 to the near side right. As Ball comes set, looks over the defense. He's going to send Chris out of the backfield, and he's going to look downfield. They were trying to catch him on a fake setup here for the wide receiver screen, and the wide receiver then on the release got downfield, but the ball just delivered way too short by Ball.
Like Jonah Gribben that was there trying to make that catch. But, yeah, it'll be interesting to see a little bit. I mean, again, like we said, they got plenty of weapons and plenty of threats, but how do you move on from that, especially when you watch a player like that kind of go down, especially a team leader in a lot of ways, if nothing more than just statistically. But how do you kind of respond to that?
We will see. 2nd down and 10 now. Shotgun formation again. 1 left, 3 to the near side right. Man in motion from right to left is Marshall. Chris Marshall is in the backfield with Ball. Ball's going to keep it himself on a quarterback keeper out across the 40, and he'll fall forward to about the 36-yard line. That'll bring up a 3rd down. I'll tell you, the offense here for the Trojans, second half has looked like they've not had the continuity we saw in that first half. But that is the end of the 3rd quarter. Our score here, Centerburg 34, East Knox 6. You're listening to the Cubbage Electric Plumbing Construction Friday Night Lights.
Howard Hilton Grill, just east of Apple Valley on Coshocton Road, has a casual, cozy atmosphere, offering comfort food and good times. Open daily from 10 in the morning to 1 a.m., now adding Sunday morning breakfast at 8 a.m. The Howard Hilton also recently added on an outdoor tiki bar seating patio option with big screen TV. Stop by and enjoy great tastes like the Hilton Burger or enjoy Taco Tuesdays at the Howard Hilton in Howard. That's the Howard Hilton, 740-599-2337.
If market
Sponsor, Survivor Electric.
So the start of the 4th quarter, our score here is Centerburg 24, East Knox 6. As we come set here, Centerburg with the ball as they're inside of East Knox territory with a 3rd and 6 at the 36-yard line. Shotgun formation. 2 left, 2 to the right. As Chris Matthews in the backfield. It's going to be a pass by Ball. He's going to get his receiver on the out route, and he's going to keep pushing. That's Harris. Out across the 30 down to about the 25, another 1st down.
Yeah, that was a nice looking play right there. Like you said, the second half, that offense hasn't had quite the same flow to it as it did in the first half, and maybe part of it's just letting up a little bit, but at the same time, it hasn't really seemed like they've done that. They've still been going for plenty of passing plays and stuff like that. It's just that same continuity hasn't really been there.
So 1st and 10, the ball inside the 30 at the 26-yard line. Matthews in the backfield along with Ball as he's got 2 to the right, 1 near side left. Takes a snap, turns, hands it off. That's going to be Matthews on the run, a stutter step, and he gets ripped down. It looked like he almost didn't go down at all. But the official blew the whistle as he was rolled over top the defender. Gets out across the 25, and they'll gain about 1.
position here where probably safe to say that you've put the game away already.
I would think so.
If you don't feel that you've been there, one more additional score, I would have to say, would pretty much close this one out.
I would think so. At least you're putting the appendix in the book at that stage. I mean, you've already written the conclusion. Now you're just adding some details. Shotgun formation, 3 right is a man in motion. That's going to be ball, keeps it on the quarterback keeper. He's found a crease, he's found a seam, and he'll be inside the 20 down to about the 17-yard line. Picked up 8 on that one to bring up a 3rd down.
Yeah, play they've been utilizing a lot more here in this second half. It seems like when there's not options downfield or when they're not sure what to do, he's just able to take off with it. And again, that's a weapon that they've had at their disposal all night. They really just didn't need it.
No, he had Miles Matthews doing all the business for you. I mean, really, you were actually probably trying to do East Knox a favor by not handing him the ball every play, the way he was running. And unfortunately, with that ankle injury, see if he's able to rebound into next week. They're going to need him as the playoffs are looming. So shotgun formation again. Ball keeps it. He's going to follow up the path off the left-hand side. And he'll get down across the 15 down to about the 11-yard line. Another 1st down and makes it 1st and goal.
First down. Just kind of keep on trucking right here. You can burn some of this clock down while you're at it and see if you can get into pay dirt here just a minute or so. But slow and steady. It was like a quick strike offense in that first half, and now it's kind of been a little bit more of a sustained drive right here.
Which is something good to see if you're a Trojans fan, knowing that when you get the lead, you can play with the lead and keep the clock on your side.
Right.
So they come set here, 1st and goal. Or no, it is a 1st and 10 at the 11, so they can pick up another 1st down if need be. Ball takes snap, hands it off to Chris Marshall. He's going to dive up the middle. He hit a pile, and then he bounced out of it. And we will see as it stood up right at the goal line. Did he get in? He did. Touchdown, Trojans.
Just like that, he said, hey, little brother, that one's for you right there. Getting into the end zone and making that drive pay off exactly how they wanted it to. And up to a 40-6 lead. What a statement for the Trojans here tonight.
Yeah, if there was any doubt what they're looking to do, they hopefully removed all of that. They're going to be going in on high-flying sails into next week's battle with Fredericktown, who is, sounds like giving Danville all they can handle over there. So they will come set here as LeMaster has the ball teed up, and it is up. It is good. Our score, nope, no good. So our score here is Centerburg 40, East Knox 6. You're listening to the Cubbage Electric Plumbing Construction Friday Night Lights.
Volatility is keeping you awake at night. Call Spearman Financial Services. Spearman Financial Services have seen plenty of ups and downs, and this is normal. As our old high school football coach would remind us, the true champion is found with your ability to bounce back after a loss. So stop losing sleep and call the team who will coach you through the good times and the bad times. Spearman Financial Services, financial plans that last a lifetime.
Securities offered through Valmark Securities Incorporated, member FINRA, SIPC. Investment advisory services offered through Valmark Advisors Incorporated, SEC registered investment advisor. Spearman Financial Services is a separate entity from Valmark Securities Incorporated and Valmark Advisors Incorporated. Past performances cannot guarantee future results. One cannot invest directly in an index.
Back to return.
So our score, you're looking at Centerburg 40, East Knox 6. And I tell you, Austin, Chris Matthews has had a pretty good game. He's had a couple nice receptions, shown right there on that run play, stepping in to fill in for his injured brother. Not too bad there. Ball's had a wonderful game. Harris hasn't had too bad of a game. But I'm telling you, I haven't seen anybody other than Miles Matthews who's shown that they really want to look to be the player of the game. That is for sure.
No, I think it's going to be tough. I think even with him being out, he might have that lockdown.
So Hallsinger's finally going to get that crease we were hoping to see. And he gets out across that 35 down to about the 37 before he goes out of bounds. And there's a lot of thunder, and I think it's a little too late.
Yeah, he feels like one of the slight bright spots tonight, though, for East Knox. It seems like he's been able to, some of the plays that they had that feels like they had some nice positive yardage and some momentum. He was involved in a lot of them in one way or another.
Interesting to see if maybe they put him in the backfield with Elliott. Give Elliott the ability to block for him, and I mean, that kind of speed. If he can find a crease, you could cause all types of havoc, as we've seen on the other side of the ball with Marshall. So the Bulldogs will have it 1st and 10 at the 40-yard line. Shotgun formation. Elliott goes in motion out of the backfield. As he pump fakes to him, and he's looking down deep, he's going to try to get his receiver again, and what a brilliant defensive play there by Centerburg's coverage team, as he was with them stride for stride. And Jonah Gribben just knocked it away at the last second.
That honestly was just about textbook corner play right there. That was really impressive stuff to maintain to maintain that composure, don't commit the penalty, and just be all over him like that. He was draped. That was a great play.
So we are in the continuous running clock portion of the game, if you're wondering why it did not stop on that incompletion. Probably one of the greatest rules OSHA ever adopted. For second down and 10 now, as Lester takes a snap, fakes the handoff, tries to get a slant, and again Gribben was almost right there as he read that perfectly. And man is like, look, I know it's late, but can I throw my name in the hat, please?
I was going to say, between the play he just had, if he could have picked that off right there and maybe turned that into 6, he's at least worthy of an honorable mention.
Oh, honorable indeed.
Yeah.
So that is another incompletion, brings up third down. Ball still sits at the 40-yard line. Mind you, after the game, stick around for the Starting Point post-game show with the Pizza Cottage Player of the Game. So Lester comes out. He's going to have 2 right, 1 left. Elliott will send out in motion out of the backfield to the right-hand side. As he rolls that way, he's looking downfield. There comes that pressure. He's trying to avoid it, still avoiding it, and, well, that ball just looked like it slipped out of his hand as he went to throw. He was looking down the sideline, and that thing just kind of shot about 4 rows deep into the stands.
Yeah, for a brief moment, I almost thought Gary might have been in trouble right there. Looked like Gary might have to duck and dodge a little bit, which is the last thing he needs tonight. But, yeah, airmailed that a little bit, just trying to get it out of bounds at that point. He was just running for his life, which has been something Lester's been doing a lot tonight. It's been tough for that line to hold up, and he's just felt the pressure. And when they need to get those plays downfield, it really hasn't been available. Not only because the receivers can't get open, but he doesn't have the time to find them even if they are.
So it brings up a 4th down. They're going to go for it. As the ball sits at the 40-yard line. Finally comes set. He's going to have 2 split out to the near side here to the right as Elliott's in the backfield with him. Sends a man in motion from left to right. He's going to roll that way. He's looking downfield. One-on-one coverage. Again, this time he did get free, but too far. Did they say he hauled it in? They did. Unbelievable. Wow.
Wow. And you can hear the crowd and what they felt right there. They thought the ball touched the ground, which I think I might be on their side with that one. It sure looks like it did.
I think you're not alone in that assessment. So to the line of scrimmage they go quickly. Lester takes the handoff, gives it to Elliott, and he got off that right side about to the 15, and that's about as far as he went. Maybe a gain of a yard.
Regardless, the referees ruled it a catch, so you go with what they call right there. And so that's a big offensive play for East Knox, one of the biggest of the night. You want to see if they can ride that momentum into the end zone. At this point in the game, you're just trying to find any sort of positives you can as far as footage, film. You want to try and get your confidence up a little bit. You had a big game going on next week, and you want to try and be somewhat ready for it. So ending this game strong is going to be a key for them.
So second down now, 2 split left. As Elliott's in the backfield, Lester takes a snap. He's looking. He's got his man Cooper there deep in the corner, and it's incomplete. And bring up a 3rd down.
There's nothing doing right there. And overshot his receiver just a little bit. Cooper wasn't able to get that separation that he needed, but now you find yourself in a 3rd and 7 right here, and still got the opportunity. Don't need to get the touchdown. Don't need all of it right here. You just got to try and find a way. Obviously, 4-down territory for him is here right now, so you don't need to get all 7 of those yards. You just got to try and get something to make it a 4th and manageable. Keep this drive moving.
They finally get the ball reset. Shotgun formation, 1 near side right, 1 to the left. As Elliott's in the backfield, Lester takes a low snap, fakes the handoff. He's looking for that slant route, and again, great coverage by the defenders as he stuck his hand in there and knocked it incomplete.
Yeah, Centerburg's done a good job tonight of really locking down when they needed to. When these drives get some of this positive momentum and this positive yardage, they've really done a good job, Centerburg, that is, of playing tight, not giving anything for free. For the most part, they've stayed away from the penalties. They've had a few that have gotten them, but for the most part, they've played about as clean a game as possible.
They have. The lack of flags on their side has been phenomenal. And they heard you on cue, so they're going to take a timeout. We're going to take a timeout, too, as you're listening to the Cubbage Electric Plumbing and Construction Friday Night Lights.
Preparedness stands as Ohio's unrivaled destination for top-tier firearms training and related services. Experience our state-of-the-art facilities in scenic southern Knox County, stock up in our pro shop, and enjoy our indoor and outdoor range options. Our expert cadre leads an unparalleled lineup of classes and personal training sessions. We also offer VIP transportation, armored vehicle services, along with security and executive protection services. Reach out at 740-263-1234, explore online at elitepreparedness.com, or visit our facilities at 25580 Bell Church Road, Utica, Ohio, to witness the ultimate in preparedness and training.
All right, so we come out of that timeout. It's 4th down and 7. We got 3:30 to go here in the ball game. Centerburg is, I think, put it out of range at 40-6.
You want to talk about a miracle?
Whew. Boy, I tell you what, that would be a lot of talking and screaming for the next 3 minutes and 30 seconds if they pulled that one off.
Sure would. sure would.
So out of the huddle they come. Shotgun formation. Elliott's on the left-hand side of Lester. He's got one split out left, one to the right. Takes the snap, looks left. There's the pressure. Elliott picks it up over the top throw and incomplete. Again, good pass, but even better coverage for Centerburg, and that's a turnover on downs.
Centerburg right here absolutely is going to look at this and say this is the last possession of the game. We are going to make sure we hang on to this ball, get a couple of first downs that we need, and close this one out. Start to game plan for next week, a big-time game for them against the Freddies that have been looking really good. That offense and Sipes have just been tearing things up the last couple of weeks.
Yes, they have. They've done a great job up there and got themselves into rhythm right at the right time of year, which they always seem to do up in Fredericktown.
Did the same thing last year.
Yeah, yep. Right about the end of the season, they start clicking on all cylinders and do what they need to do. So out of the huddle they come as we got the backups in here tonight, so bear with us. As we come set, snap, turn, handoff. Going to be a dive off that right side, a huge hole across the 15 that closed quickly. And that'll be a gain of about 4. You almost feel like that's a negative when you gain only 4.
Right, I was gonna say.
What are we doing here, folks?
Yeah, it feels like feels like a very lackluster game, but in all reality, most of the nights you would take that any day.
So Carter Wagner is checked in at quarterback for the Trojans.
Sean Carter out there as the running back.
Indeed. So Wagner keeps it himself, and Wagner is going to regret that decision as he ran into about 4 defenders from East Knox. They did give him a gain of 1, and it makes it 3rd and 6.
It's a good opportunity here, though, for some of these young guys to get out on the field and kind of get some in-game experience, which is big time.
So next week our action will be East Knox versus Danville and Centerburg hosting Fredericktown.
A couple of good games right there.
Indeed. So shotgun formation again for Wagner as Carter's in the backfield with him. 2 to the right, 1 near side left. Takes the snap, hands it off. Carter has got it. He's got a crease across the 15. Made a man miss, and then another man miss across the 20, out across the 35. And he'll go down there and, whew. Well, I tell you what, if your backup to the backup comes in and starts running like that, you're sleeping well at night as a coach.
Yeah, I want to know, when does it stop? Is it the backup to the backup to the backup's backup, or is it his backup?
It's hard to say at this stage, my friend.
At what point does Gary get out there and just look like a superstar?
So it's going to be 1st down. Shotgun formation. We're down to 30 seconds here in the ball game. Should be the last play as Carter gets the handoff, goes up the middle across the 35 to the 37. Gain of about 2 on that one. And that is going to be it, as that'll be the final play of the ball game. Our score is going to end up being 40-6. Centerburg is going to take the victory over top of East Knox and is going to head into next week primed and ready for the Freddies. So we're going to step out for one last commercial break here. Remind you to stick around for the Starting Point post-game show where we'll announce the Pizza Cottage player of the game on the Cubbage Electric Plumbing Construction Friday Night Lights.
Hey, football fans, as we cheer on our teams this season, let's talk about a crucial support team right here in Mount Vernon.
At Starting Point Pregnancy and Family Resource Center, we're here to support you through every decision, just like a coach guides you through the big game.
Whether it's about pregnancy testing or exploring your options, Starting Point is all about giving you the information and support you need.
Just like every
Play on the field. Choice you make for your life matters.
For more information, visit knoxstartingpoint.com.
Knox Starting Point. You have more choices than you think.
So welcome into the Starting Point postgame show. Again, our final score here, Centerburg 40, East Knox 6. And I mean, that was really a clinic on how to run the ball there by Centerburg, as Miles Marshall pretty much had a game of it. 3 touchdowns in the first half alone. Well over 200 yards on the night. Now, one bad news is in the second half he went in hard over on the sideline and hurt his ankle, but you can see he is still walking, so that is a good sign. He's got some help from his coach there out on the field, but I tell you, you look back at this game and there's no really other way to spin it. And it was pretty much Miles Marshall and Centerburg running the wild.
Yeah, it was the Centerburg offense showing exactly what they're capable of when they have pretty much everybody on the same page. And that first half was just absolute domination from them. Yeah, Miles Marshall, no question, Pizza Cottage player of the game right there. But he, you really hope for him that it was just something minor. You know, it's cold out here, so maybe he hits his leg right there. Things get tough. His ankle hurts there for a little bit, but hopefully he's able to rest up and kind of get back in time for this team to make a push to the playoffs.
Indeed. And speaking of next week, you know, you look as we talk, Fredericktown comes take on Centerburg. And playoff implications on both sides of that one. I would think tonight the victory by Centerburg is going to kind of help solidify that a little bit more for them. But Danville's having a little trouble with it over against Fredericktown tonight on the other channel. And for East Knox, you're not out. Now, this is going to hurt, and it's going to push you right back on that edge. Again, top 16 teams in each region are going in. And they were coming in at about 13, is that correct?
East Knox came in tonight, I believe it's 17, so they really needed this game.
So they need this game, yeah.
Really
so next week's going to be huge for them, not only with the rivalry factor of the Devil Dog game, but a win against the team the caliber of Danville is enough of a win to give you the points to push you back into where you need to be. So we'll see how that plays out next week. But, again, for tonight, our final score here, Centerburg 40, East Knox 6. We're bringing you all the wonderful video images out there on the death-defying contraption we called scaffolding. For Gary Carter and Austin Maurice, I'm Kyle Kerstetter. You have a great week, and God bless.